Good morning, viewers from India, and good night, viewers here in the U.S. Welcome to the Patel and Kumar watch party. We got a marquee game for you today. Game 6 between the Lakers and the Nuggets. Well, the Lakers end up...
Suns.
Or Suns, sorry. Lakers or Suns. With the Suns end up winning the series and going to the second round, or the Lakers are forced a Game 7. You know me, Shivam Patel, coming to you from San Antonio, and my co-host, Mr. Kumar, coming to you from Mumbai, who is ready. He got his coffee mug of the Lakers. He got his Lakers jersey. How are you feeling, Mr. Kumar? Are you nervous for this matchup because the Lakers could be sent home?
Oh, well, I mean, I won't deny the fact that I am not nervous. I am nervous. It is ultimately an elimination game for the Lakers. But first of all, top of the morning and namaste to everybody. Welcome to the Patel and Kumar live watch party between the Suns and the Lakers, game 6 of the first round playoffs. And what an exciting game it's going to be, especially after the Lakers had a massive drubbing in the last game by 30 points, 115 to 85. But once again, top of the morning. And of course, we would also like to tell our viewers sorry about the miscommunication last week. We were supposed to going to do a show last night in terms of the Patel and Kumar NBA talk show. But this game was so exciting that we thought we could combine the show as well as the watch party. It makes much better sense. And the viewers can enjoy both of them together. And of course, we can enjoy them together. And Amartya Sharma, yes, of course, come on, started. The lineups are already ready for both the teams. And looks like AD is going to be playing this game. So that's a little bit of a positive news for the Lakers.
Yeah, it is. He's going to try to give it a go after he suffered that tough groin injury in Game 4. So Lakers and Suns are going to be starting any minute now, Mr. Kumar. Live, it's going to be from the Staples Center in Los Angeles, in Hollywood. So we cannot wait. Let's see what's going to happen. It should be a pretty, intense matchup. And we can't. I'm so excited. And you, ladies and gentlemen, we have such an exciting watch party today. Of course, me and Mr. Kumar are going to be here for the entire game. And we have special guest Ball Bay is going to be joining us at halftime. So be sure to stick around for that conversation. And we should have a fun, exciting watch party. And let's hope that it's a close, competitive game.
Of course. And we will have them probably almost during halftime. Ashwin and Vineet are going to be here, who are from the Ballage Bay NBA podcast. But the news is that Denver Nuggets have won against the Portland Trailblazers, and they move on to the second round. So pretty much the East is pretty much set up in terms of the round twos. We have the Philadelphia 76ers, who will be playing against the Atlanta Hawks, who beat the New York Knicks last night. And we have probably the series of this season between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets in the second round of the Eastern playoff. And we have the Utah Jazz winning against the Memphis Grizzlies. And both the Los Angeles teams find themselves hanging.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it will be. Let's see what's going to happen. Could both Los Angeles teams be eliminated in the first round with something we did not expect to be coming? Of course, the Clippers are going to be playing against the Mavericks in Game 6 tomorrow night. They played Game 5 last night, and the Mavericks ended up sneaking out the victory. Luka Doncic had a huge game with 42 points. The Clippers have basically no answer for him. And let's see if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George can really step up and really be able to extend the series. So we're getting ready to start for the game. And before we start for the game, everybody, thank you so much again for tuning in. Your engagement, your interaction with us makes this watch party a lot of fun. Me and Mr. Kumar really appreciate everybody. We wouldn't be here without y'all. So continue to put your chats in comments in the chat section below, and they may be featured live on the show.
Yeah, but as I said, the good news, Anthony Davis is going to be starting, and that's a good sign because last game starting 5 was really, really not effective, especially they were playing for the first time ever. They hadn't played any minutes And of course, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Dennis Schroeder both had 0 points last game. LeBron was okay, but I think the game was over at halftime. And Suns would come out, really, with a lot of confidence. We need to stop. If the Lakers need to win, they need LeBron and AD to play their A game. And hopefully Booker doesn't score that much. And the game starts with the tip-off. Gasol is in the starting five instead of Andre Drummond.
Good
So
move.
we have,
Good move.
yeah.
Good
So we
move.
have Schroeder, KCP, Marc Gasol, AD, and LeBron, the starting five for the Lakers. CP3, DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder, and he scores the first three. He throws the first dagger. That's the first point of the game for Jay Crowder, a three from the 45-degree angle.
Yeah. Jay Crowder, he was struggling early in the series, but now he's really picked it up the last couple of games. He's going to be a key, for the Phoenix Suns. And we have some comments here. Jason is saying forcing Game 7 would be great. Yeah, look, Jason, I'm hoping for as many Game 7s as possible. Maybe the Clippers and the Mavericks, and then the Lakers and the Suns. I think it's going to happen. So let's see what's going to happen. So and then Sharma is saying, let's see what Sharma. Lakers out. We'll see. Let's see if the Suns can put the knockout blow on the Los Angeles Lakers tonight.
Yeah, and Booker with another 2-pointer over Marc Gasol, making the score 5-2. Dennis Schroeder, who earlier scored the first points for the Lakers. KCP trying to go inside, but well guarded by Chris Paul there. Just 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Dennis Schroeder with that attempt, and no good. Rebound, Devin Booker. Chris Paul trying that floater, but rebounded by AD. A slow start for the Lakers so far. KCP
misses the three.
And misses, and the story continues for KCP.
But Jay Crowder makes the three-pointer, 8-2 Phoenix Suns early. 9:44 in the first quarter. Jay Crowder 2 for 2 from 3, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, and right from the corner. So Jay Crowder really strong. So the Phoenix Suns have come out with all confidence.
And LeBron makes the three-pointer, 25-foot three-pointer, and their Lakers cut the lead to 8-5.
I don't really like this. If LeBron starts hitting from the three, then he, pretty much stays within the, three-point line, and he does not take much shots from the inside. I'd really like to like to see him go more of inside, take some fouls, go to the free throw line. Devin Booker with a three. So it's 3 for 3 for the Phoenix Suns from the three-point line.
They're coming
They are red hot.
Blazing hot, man. And Sharma is saying Schroeder is out. Yeah, it's a huge loss for the Lakers because Schroeder can go anytime. He can give you like 20 to 25 points on a given night and gives you a lot of playmaking. So, let's see.
So Schroeder with that three-point attempt, unable to score. Devin Booker. Jay Crowder once more, and another three.
And that forces a timeout of the Lakers. Early timeout. Jay Crowder is hot from three. He could not miss. And the Suns have a 14-5 lead early in the first quarter.
So the Suns continue their momentum from the last game. And it's not looking good for the Lakers. The Suns have really come out.
It's still
all
early.
Guns blazing.
Yeah, all guns blazing. It's still early. Let's see if they can continue to hit these shots as the game progresses. But there's not even a hand up, Mr. Kumar. Where is the Lakers' rotation on defense? They're basically letting the Suns just have wide open threes, and they're capitalizing on the Lakers' mistakes defensively.
The Lakers were the number one defensive team coming out of the playoffs, but this series it's all been Suns. The Suns have really pushed the Lakers. The ball rotation has been good, and of course the percentage of shots that the Suns are making The Lakers are shooting atrocious from the 3-point line. I think they're like 18 or 19% from the 3-point line in this entire series. And Caruso, KCP, Schroeder, all of them. I mean, they're pretty much all a no-show so far in these 5 games. And
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
the key.
if Braun comes out alive of Game 6, he's going for his 5th ring for sure.
No,
Well,
no.
I hope so. I hope so.
I don't know, Jason. You know, if the Clippers can get out of this series, I think the Clippers have the only chance to beat the Lakers in the West. But there's this other team in the East. You guys may have heard of them, but it's called the Brooklyn Nets. You know, so they're not too bad, Mr. Kumar. I would say they're a pretty good team.
Yeah, but I mean, uh, as for our expectations, I mean, I think all the other three series in the Eastern Conference were pretty much what we had envisaged. But it was a big surprise for me in terms of Atlanta. I really thought the New York Knicks had all the arsenal to beat the Atlanta Hawks, but Trae Young has been phenomenal. This particular series, and he handled the business for Atlanta, and they're in the second round beating the New York Knicks.
Yeah,
So
and the key to that series was, the Knicks did not have primarily offensive threats. They really only had Julius Randle, Derrick Rose. He could give you all he could. At an old age, so Bullock didn't hit shots, Burks didn't hit shots. So I think they really struggled. RJ Barrett kind of struggled in that series, so it was really just Randle or bust for the Knicks. But the Hawks had so many offensive weapons. They had Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Bogdanovich, Gallinari. They had just had more offensive weapons and a better team, the Atlanta Hawks.
yeah, and so I mean, and of course the West, we did expect the Utah Jazz to come out after beating Memphis Grizzlies, but I think the both the Los Angeles teams have been really below par. Especially that series has been every every team has won away. They've never won at home. But last night again, the Clippers were a little bit down in the last few minutes, and that's what took the game away for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, Paul George had some key turnovers down the stretch. I didn't get it. Kawhi Leonard was hot for you that game. You need to give it to Kawhi Leonard. Paul George struggled down the stretch. He turned back into pandemic P. It's just something about the home crowd. They just don't play well, the Clippers. So now their backs are against the wall. And like Mr. Kumar said, the road team has won every game that series. And that's not happened since 1985 or 1995, excuse me, with the Spurs and the Houston Rockets. So let's see who's going to prevail. And it looks like
So
we're back.
another three attempt by Schroeder, unable to score, but he does have a steal.
Nice.
So
And
still the score 14-5, and
bad turnover by Paul.
Anthony Davis again having a little bit of discomfort in his groin. I think he's really struggling there with his injuries this season. I think it's going to be a little bit of a problem for the Lakers because this game is going to be aggressive inside. So he has to be very careful. Hopefully he can play all his minutes.
Yeah.
Schroeder unable to convert that again. He's already taken 4 shots and he's only converted 1.
Yeah, and Anthony Davis seems to be laboring after he was trying to cut to the basket and Booker had that pushing foul on him. Anthony Davis is grimacing. He does not look 100%, but he's going to have to give it a go if the Lakers want any chance of winning this game. He's going to have to give him something offensively. So it's a shot violation.
Finally some good defense.
Yeah, finally some good defense. Shot clock violations by the Phoenix Suns. Best defensive possession so far early in the game for the Los Angeles Lakers.
So the last couple of minutes, both teams have been a little bit silent.
Yeah, De La Cruz TV is saying, go, 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 Lakers. So he looks like he's cheering for the Lakers, like Mr. Kumar says. And Naman is saying Lakers regular season wasn't good. For sure, Naman, that's why they're in this position with the 7th seed. So let's see if they can turn it around.
LeBron with another 3 attempt, but that hits the rim. And a rebound for the Phoenix Suns. As I told you, this is not the game that I'm looking for from LeBron James. He needs to try and go inside.
He should at least get 10 to 15 free throw attempts because he needs to attack put the pressure on the Phoenix Suns defense, get Ayton into foul trouble, get Bridges into foul trouble, and even Crowder. So he just needs to be in constant attack mode tonight. I think he's settling a little bit too much for some jumpers.
And a fast break for LeBron James. That's where the Lakers have an advantage. They have to, again, I think that's done for AD. I think he's holding his groin, and I think he's going to be out. So it doesn't look really good for the Lakers.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all. And KCP committed the foul, and Kyle Kuzma is checking into the game for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis looks like he's a lot of discomfort. So let's see what Kyle Kuzma can bring. Can he get hot, Mr. Kumar?
Well, I mean, he's a hit or a miss. I mean, if he plays well, it's just a bonus for the Lakers. I mean, but you can't expect him to, like really take over the game or something. But I just hope he's good on defense, because sometimes he just commits those stupid fouls, like when the shooter is going for a 3-point shot, fakes him and he just falls over him. And these are some of the silly plays that I really don't like Kuzma for.
Yeah, he needs to be a little bit smarter. I want to give out the shout out to everybody so much for watching. We've crossed over 100 viewers on this live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. Me and Mr. Kumar are having fun watching this Suns-Lakers game. Game 6. Can the Suns advance to the second round and play the Nuggets? Or will the Lakers force a Game 7 back in the desert? It's early right now. Lakers Suns with the lead 14-7 with 6:17 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, it is 17-7, another 3-point for. I think they're 5 of 5 from the 3-point line. Man, I mean, that's crazy.
They cannot miss. But the Lakers need to at least put a hand up in their face. They're just letting it with wide open shots.
Again, another miss for the Lakers. No, it still reads 14-7. I don't know. Is it 14-7?
Mikal Bridges makes the 2-point shot, a little floater in the lane, Mr. Kumar. So 16-7 Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, he did catch his own rebound against Kuzma. See, that's the kind of plays I don't like Kuzma for. I mean, he should have boxed out Mikal Bridges there.
He's just in there for offense. He really doesn't bring anything else to the game. His IQ is not the strongest. He's just a guy that can just get hot, in a microwave type of player.
And another foul by Jay Crowder.
Hey, get him in foul trouble. He's hot. Get him to the bench. That's the key for the Lakers. Keep attacking Jay Crowder.
Yeah, and CP3 as well, holding his shoulder, so he's been checked out as well.
Oh, Cardavius Caldwell-Pope makes the 25-foot jump shot, 16-10 Phoenix Suns.
Wow! Hopefully that's the start. Good start for KCP, and he continues that momentum. I know it's just one shot, but still.
Yep. For
Jason
sure.
Donovan, thank you for tuning in.
Microwave type of player.
Booker, 18-10.
Booker Dennis Schroeder with the bad pass. Jay Crowder with the steal. He's creating havoc on the defensive end as well as shooting threes. Jay Crowder.
That's another turnover for the Lakers.
He's the good luck charm for the Lakers. Busha and Sudovyansky, go Lakers.
3 for Booker. 21-10.
Why are you so happy about Booker making the 3, Mr. Kumar?
I'm not happy. I'm just, calling out the game because I can't do much for the Lakers right now.
All right,
guys. What are your predictions?
What are your predictions? I'll let the Lakers fan go first. Go ahead.
I think the Lakers win by 12 points. I don't know the score, but they win by 12.
I say that Lakers are going to win 106-101. LeBron's going to go on a 5-0 run under a minute. He's going to make a big 3 like he did against the Warriors, and he's going to make a nice driving layup to seal the deal. Lakers win 106-101.
Wow. I mean, looking at the way the Phoenix are scoring in this quarter, looks like they would cross the 100 much before than the Lakers.
Yeah, it's still early. We can see let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what adjustments Coach Vogel makes.
Yeah, I mean, one of the key adjustments is Montrezl Harrell checks in. So Andre Drummond is not getting any minutes so far, and that's a big adjustment by
I like
Vogel. Let's see. I hope he brings in all that energy. And another three by Booker. They can't seem to miss. It's like 6 of 6 from the 3-point line.
And a timeout for the Lakers, 27-10. Phoenix Suns, 3:45 left in the first quarter. But yeah, back to Andre Drummond as we are in this timeout. One thing that, he was struggling when he was playing with AD because Andre Drummond, he really doesn't shoot. He clogs the lane. So then that forces AD to play on the perimeter and takes away his advantage. But now with no AD, I'm surprised that Andre Drummond is not getting some minutes because he can both, he can block shots, get rebounds, and really finish in the paint and finish in the pick and roll. So I think Andre Drummond should play, and I look for him to get some minutes as we continue in this game.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like I think all the players from the Lakers might get some minutes because this is turning out to be like game 5.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Bushin is saying Coach Frank Vogel, Kai J. Hull.
They're shooting 10 of 14 from the field, which is a 71%, and 7 of 8 from the 3-point line. That is like 87.5% from the 3-point line. And Devin Booker, man, he's already got 16 points in just 7 minutes of game time.
Man, he's been hot, Mr. Kumar. He's been really in this series. Devin Booker is more focused on the 2-pointers, with the mid range. But now, if he starts making that three, and he's a player that can score at all 3 levels from 3 at the mid range and attacking the basket. That's going to open up the Suns' offense even more and make them even more tougher to stop.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So we asked. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, we asked a poll prior to this game, who will win Game 6? And 81% say the Lakers, 19% say the Suns. The 81% that picked the Lakers is probably nervous to start the game. It's not looking good for the Lakers, but still a lot of game left to play before we determine a winner.
I mean, that's what all Laker fans will keep saying. There's a lot of time left. But this thing can get away out of hand very, very soon. And it could be the same repeat story like we had in Game 5 at Phoenix. It was over in the second quarter. Lakers scored only 10 points in that quarter to 31 points that was scored by Phoenix. And out of those 10 points, I think they scored about 4 free throws. So they were able to convert only 3 field goals in that whole quarter. And that was game over right then and there. And of course, LeBron didn't even play the fourth quarter. He was red hot in the third, shooting from the 3. He was 6 of 10 from the 3-point range. But it was too late. I mean, everything was over for the Lakers, and they were just looking for Game 6. Game 6, Phoenix Suns comes out, and it pretty much looks like a repeat of the same story. And I don't know if the Lakers really have the mental capacity to overcome such a huge deficit and win this game, because it's either win or go home today.
Win or go home. We saw the Blazers lose the home game for Game 6 to lose the series. Let's see if the Lakers are going to be next. And Rakesh is saying, seems like it's over. 14-1 record for LBJ. We'll see. And he also saying 80 out and Booker on fire at earliest. So I guess we are on our way home. It's not looking good for the Lakers so far. It's all going to start on the defensive end of the floor. They need to make sure that they force the Suns to commit turnovers. They need to get in transition, get some easy buckets, see the ball go through the hole. Then I think that'll get the shooters for the Lakers confidence to be able to effectively make shots, and that's going to be the key for them to come back in this game.
So Diesel Y saying LeBron needs to play bully ball.
Hey,
yeah, I mean, he needs to, but he hasn't done for the last 5 games. So let's see. I think he's trying to go inside, and he misses.
Naman is saying Suns winning with a good separation. Well, your prediction is looking good so far, Naman. Let's see if it's going to sustain. And Prashant is saying it's been a season of injuries. Yeah, for sure. Joel Embiid is injured. You don't know his status. Jamal Murray, of course, is injured. Now AD and Chris Paul has been banged up. So, it's just, I guess it's going to be survival of the fittest. Whoever's the healthiest team is going to come out on top and win the championship this year.
Caruso and Montrezl Harrell inside, trying to do some bully ball against Devin Booker, but unable to convert. And that's been a story for the Lakers. I mean, they're getting some easy shots from inside the paint, but the ball just rolls out of the rim. I don't know if it's luck or I don't know if it's accuracy, but I mean that's been a little bit of the story for the Lakers in the last two games.
Hey, Jay Crowder finally missed a three, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns really missed that one, right?
Oh man,
Dennis Schroeder gonna score tonight? I don't know. He's not even playing so far. He's had 2 points. That's a nice sky hook by Kyle Kuzma, at least breaking the run by the Phoenix Suns.
Yep, 27-12. Phoenix Suns, and Frank the Tank, is coming in for DeAndre Ayton.
And after a long time, we see some good defensive moves. Caruso getting it away from the Phoenix Suns, turnover for the Phoenix. And, that's one thing I like about the Phoenix Suns is they had 4 turnovers in the entire game, in game 5. And whereas the Lakers had 16.
Yeah, that's the key. Whoever wins a turnover battle usually wins the game, and it compound that with the Suns making
another turnover here for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma and Cameron Payne from the corner. He does not seem to miss.
Yeah, he's been super hot. The lefty, Mr. Kumar, the lefty with the nice 3-point shot.
No, I don't think they counted that because there was a foul just on that play.
Again, those of you that don't, Mr. Kumar's a little bit ahead of me on the game. He's in India, I'm in the US, so he might know the plays a little bit before me. So,
yeah, Amartya Sharma, you're right. Any team Crowder plays turns into an underdog title contender. I think, he's been, yeah. So it was with the Miami Heat last season and with the Phoenix Suns this time.
And
another turnover for the Phoenix Suns. So the defense tightening up a little bit for the Lakers and causing some problems for the Suns.
And Wesley Matthews misses the 3-point shot. Cameron Johnson with the defensive rebound. And Frank Kaminsky blocks Alex Caruso's little layup that he's nice block by Frank Kaminsky protecting the rim and giving good minutes in place of DeAndre Ayton.
So I think you went ahead. Sometimes I'm ahead. This is all like, I don't know. Sometimes you're having a play which is ahead, and then sometimes I am. So
actually, Mr. Kumar, I'm actually looking at the ESPN Gamecast. That's the only reason, that's like right. That's live.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's the only reason that my TV is behind, but I'm only looking at the ESPN Gamecast.
Booker with another 3. So that's 30-12.
For sure.
With one,
they just said
LeBron has checked out, and a floater by Wesley Matthews, unable to score. So the story continues for the Lakers. 30-12 with 1 minute remaining in quarter 1.
And Chris Haynes just reported on TNT that Anthony Davis is questionable to return for the rest of the game. So let's see what's going to happen. They may have to go without AD. It's looking like it. And again, ladies and gentlemen, at halftime, we're going to be having Ball is Bay.
Another 3 by Booker. 30.
Man, he cannot miss. 33-12 as we're winding down here in the first quarter. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Ball is Bay join us at halftime. So be sure you stay tuned for that and continue to connect with us on the live chat and continue to put your comments in, and they may be featured live on the show. And a timeout by the Lakers as 33-12 Phoenix Suns as we're winding down here in the first quarter.
He's 8 of 9 from the field and 6 of 6 from the 3-point line with 22 points already in just 11 minutes in the quarter. Devin Booker is super red hot
What
and
did he eat for breakfast this morning? Man, he cannot miss. He is
he cannot
scorching.
miss.
He's hotter than the Phoenix desert, Mr. Kumar.
Oh, yeah, you can say that again. Man, I think this is getting out of hand very, very, very soon. Already, it's a 21-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. So looks like the run of first round. I mean, not exiting in the first round for LeBron James might end today.
Yeah, he's never lost a first round series, 14-0. But yeah, it might end. It's just unfortunately due to injuries and just the Lakers not having that cohesion, and they're just playing a red hot Phoenix Suns team.
Yeah, and DeAndre Ayton and CP3 have been pretty much out of action this entire game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this CP3 is not even doing damage right now for the Phoenix Suns. And Cameron Payne makes the 3-point shot, Mr. Kumar. 36-14 Suns. The 3-point barrage continues.
Right now, it's just confidence. It's just the entire confidence is with Phoenix Suns, and I think Coach Monty Williams has pretty much said, "Hey, just launch it. Just launch it." I mean, there's no. I mean, again, another miss by Wesley Matthews there, and this is the story for the Lakers. They keep missing, and the Phoenix Suns keep scoring. Just look at the percentage. They're shooting 83%. They're already 10 of 13 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, even though Montrezl Harrell had a nice dunk finish. They're just trading threes for twos, and Phoenix is just hot, and Lakers really just have no answer for them. And we're here.
I don't even think CP3 needs to be in the game. I mean, it's Cameron Payne and Devin Booker are carrying this team all by themselves.
Yeah, 36-14, Phoenix Suns. We're at the end of the first quarter. Game 6. Suns up 3-2. Let's see if they can advance to the next round with the win today, or the Lakers will force a game 7.
Looking at the first quarter score, it looks very tough for the Lakers to force a game 7.
Yeah, and Ekalavia, as you did say, Ekalavia has predicted a 15-point Suns win. So it looks like he's right so far. Let's see, if the Suns are able to win by double digits. But your prediction is looking pretty good at Ekalavia so far.
Yeah. So can we take a short break and we'll be back? I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Yeah. Of course.
While we start the second quarter.
Of course. So yeah, again, Ball is Bay is going to be joining us at halftime. So they have their podcast, talking all things basketball. Ashwin and Vineet are going to be joining us. So be sure you stay tuned for that conversation, and be sure to subscribe to the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel and the Ekalavia's YouTube channel, where you can see every episode of the Patel and Kumar show. And you can also check out our previous watch party. So me and Mr. Kumar, of course, are the co-host of the Patel and Kumar show, where you can watch all episodes live and on demand. We're talking about all things NBA, all storylines, everything playoffs. This is the place you want to be for the best analysis. And we're the best in the business for sure. So be sure you check out every one of our episodes. It's going to be on Thursdays at 7 p.m. India time. So you be sure you check that out again on the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel and the Ekalavia's YouTube channel. And you be sure to follow Patel and Kumar on Instagram at Patel and Kumar, and also on Twitter. So at Patel and Kumar, both channels. And this is your first time, tuning into one of our programs. We appreciate you coming in and checking us out. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content that you've heard, so far, and you can definitely be able to check out more of our episodes and more of our watch parties. This is the third watch party that me and Mr. Kumar have done. We did one earlier, in the season for the Warriors and the Mavericks as we ended this season, and then we did one for the play-in tournament, the Lakers Warriors, and then we're doing this now. So Ekalavias is asking Mr. Patel, what should the Lakers do to bounce back in the second quarter? Great question, Ekalavias. First of all, it starts on the defensive end of the floor. They need to get stops, force the Suns to get turnovers. I would like to see some traps. I would like to see some ball denial. Get their hands in the passing lanes, get some deflections, get some easy transition points, because the Lakers right now are struggling to score in the half court. So they need to get some easy transition points, and that's going to give them confidence. And then on the offensive end, I would like to see LeBron continue to attack the basket. Maybe post him up a little bit because he has a mismatch. Against either Crowder or Mikal Bridges. Just attack the basket, shoot his fade away, because it's all going to start with LeBron James. If he's aggressive, then the rest of the players are going to be aggressive. And even if he's scoring, he will draw the defense to get their attention, and he's going to force the defense to collapse and kick it out to the open shooters. And those guys are going to get wide open shots and be confident enough to make it. So it all starts with, on the offensive end of the floor, LeBron James being aggressive and really setting the tone. And I would like to see the Lakers hustle a little bit more, get on the ground, get some loose balls, play a little bit more physical, play a little bit more aggressive. The Phoenix Suns, definitely look, very comfortable. So I think the Lakers really need to impose their will on this young Phoenix Suns team, because the Lakers right now, they had the playoff experience. The Phoenix Suns do not. LeBron James has played in 40 more playoff games than like the entire Phoenix Suns team. So he needs to use that playoff experience to their advantage. And I think really make this young Suns team feel the pressure. And right now, the Suns team is feeling comfortable. And if they allow the Lakers allow them to continue to play comfortable, continue to play free, then the Lakers are going to be in trouble the rest of the game. And Eclavius is also asking, is AD playing okay, or is the injury limiting him? Yeah, he's trying to get some shots, in the paint, but you can tell with the groin, he doesn't have the lift on his shot. He's not finishing, in the paint. He's not being aggressive. So I think the injury is really limiting him, and you're not going to see very much of Anthony Davis, I think, for the rest of the game. I think you're going to see a lot of heavy doses of Montrezl Harrell, Andre Drummond, Marc Gasol. And I think they should play, Harrell and Gasol at the same time, because Harrell can occupy the paint and Gasol can stand by the three. And I think the Lakers need to go with the lineup so they can get the advantage on the boards, because the Phoenix Suns are just dominating all aspects of this game. So
I think the Lakers, I think they dominated the paint in those two games that they won. They outscored the Phoenix Suns by more than 80% scoring in the paint. And that's because the Lakers aren't shooting the ball well. They need to attack the paint, and they need to probably get some players in foul trouble. Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton, get these guys in foul trouble and maybe go to the free throw line, stop the game, make it slower, because this fast game is actually benefiting the Phoenix Suns rather than the Lakers. And right now, nothing is going right for the Lakers. Their shots aren't going. Taylor Horton-Tucker, that's almost a turnover for LeBron James there, but tipped out by the Phoenix Suns. So out of bounds throw for the Los Angeles Lakers, and 38-14, a 24-point lead. Are they going to make a comeback this quarter? And that's the question, because if they're not able to cut the deficit, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it all starts now. I think they need to get this deficit, in my opinion, to in the range of about 10 to 15 points if they want a chance. Give themselves a fighter's chance in the second half. And it looks like Kaminsky is with the shooting foul, and LeBron James is able to get to the free throw line, and he makes the first. So that's a good sign for the Lakers that LeBron at least is able to get to the free throw line, because the big key was he shot 0 free throws in the last game. So LeBron needs to be aggressive, put his head down, get the Suns in foul trouble.
So AD is on the bench. Looks like he might not return to the game with that groin strain he had in Game 4. I think Game 4. Yeah.
Game 4, yeah. So LeBron James makes both free throws, but Torrey Craig makes the 16-foot step back jump shot, and it's 42-16 Phoenix Suns. Yep, Eclavias, when the series is tied 2-2, the team that wins game 5 wins the series 80% of the time. So the history is not on the side of the Los Angeles Lakers.
A 24-point lead, 40-16 the score. LeBron James
Come on.
loses the ball. It's a foul call, and he goes to the free throw line. No, he's trying to convince the referees that he was going for that layup.
And he was. He actually was. That should have been a shooting foul, you know.
No, I don't think that was a shooting foul. I think it's a close call, but I would still give it an out of bounds throw if I was the referee. And let me tell you, I am a qualified referee in India. So,
are you a good referee or a bad referee? What?
Well, I would like to say I'm a good referee. I don't really give out technical fouls. Finally, fadeaway jumper for Taylor Horton Tucker, THT.
On TNT, let's see if he can get it going.
Hey, not on TNT, on PNK.
So right now, let's review top scores. Devin Booker has 22 points, and no Lakers player is in double digits, which is very surprising. So that is some early scoring leaders for the Suns right now. It's Devin Booker, and the Lakers everybody is just really struggling.
Yeah, another plead towards the referee, and Kaminsky has an easy putback.
Yep.
Assist by Cam Johnson.
Ooh, Cam Johnson makes a 26-foot running pull-up shot, 45-18 Phoenix Suns. 8:30 left in the second quarter. Cameron Johnson showing that he's not just a three-point shooter. He can get into the lane, and he has some sauce to his game. So again, we're at timeout here. 45-18 Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns lead game 6, 45-18, and lead the series 3-2.
So another timeout for the Lakers. I think they're going to be left with no timeouts in the second half, I guess, because they really need to break this momentum from the Phoenix Suns because this looks like it's game over for the Los Angeles Lakers.
It looks like it. If the Suns keep shooting shooting like this, then yeah, it's going to be game over for them. You know, and when your opponent is making shots and you're struggling to make shots, and this kind of game is going to happen. The Lakers are not really showing any fight on both ends of the floor. They're just letting the Suns just get whatever they want, and the Suns are feeling comfortable. And so Lakers are really struggling, and it's still early, so this can get really ugly really fast, and it's already starting to.
Yeah, I think they're like 9 of 11 from the from the 3-point line.
Yeah,
and 2 of 7 for the Lakers. So, I mean, right there you can see the difference, and that's those 27 points. I mean, you're getting outscored just on the 3-point line. The score difference is 21 points right now.
Yeah, exactly. Suns are 11 for 16 from 3. Lakers are 2 for 9. Get this: the Suns' field goal percentage is 61%. The Lakers' field goal percentage is 26%. So that just shows you the tale of two teams. And the Suns had 10 assists to the Lakers only 4. And the Suns are dominating the rebounding battle. They're dominating pretty much all facets of this game, and that's why they had the big 45-18 lead.
Yeah, in the last game, I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers only scored 10 points. 10 points. I mean, they barely managed to reach that double-figure mark. Phoenix Suns went on a big run, and it was pretty much game over then. And looks like it's continuing to be the same story. All Laker fans who are in the stadium are going to be a little bit disappointed that the Lakers did not arrive at this party.
Yeah, it looks like the Lakers left their game at home. They didn't bring their game to the Staples Center, and this crowd is completely stunned, completely silent, zero energy. And yeah, Lakers look like they're
And
going to lose big at home.
yeah, Kevin Somani is saying that Lakers they're at an offensive rating of 64.3, and they were 94.4. Have gone during the game time is 94.4. So worry time for the Lakers. Yes, it is worry time for the Lakers. I think it was worry time for the Lakers
At tip,
as soon as
pretty much,
Phoenix just started launching those threes.
pretty much a tip off. It was worry time. Suns had fire in their eyes, ready to play. Lakers, I think, thought they can just waltz in there and they can just take care of business. But no, you got to play the game. And the Suns are a little bit more prepared, playing with more energy, more focus, executing better on both ends of the floor, and it's showing, on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and we will have the game 6 of the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow. And the second round of the playoffs starts in the Eastern Conference with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets, which is going to be Friday night, Saturday. I think Saturday morning for India, and that's another turnover for LeBron James. The story continues. The story continues.
Man, it's unbelievable. Yep, but LeBron James gets it back with the steal on a bad pass from Cameron Johnson.
Chris Paul and Cameron Johnson. No, nice steal by LeBron. Turnover, and he's been fouled by Booker. So he goes to the free throw line.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul? I thought Devin Booker was the one who.
So LeBron makes both free throws, 45-19, Phoenix Suns. LeBron getting in transition. No, Chris Paul did the foul, I think, before on the floor before Devin Booker. Both fouled them, but I think they called the one on Chris Paul first.
So, yeah, LeBron James misses the first one. He's only been shooting, 65% from the free throw line this season.
Yeah.
Probably his career low.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, Tushar Patel is saying we need Bhushan to do his magic to wake up the Lakers. So those of you that didn't tune in for the last watch party, it was the Lakers-Warriors. It was kind of the same thing. Warriors were dominating, but then as soon as Bhushan came in, of course, Lakers superfan in India, the whole tide changed. So Mr. Kumar may need to pull his Buffalo Wild Wings button and get Bhushan Suryavanshi on the show here because he looks like he is the good luck charm for the Los Angeles Lakers.
So defensively, Lakers are struggling right now. Phoenix Sun just having its way. Kaminsky with that nice assist to Mikal Bridges, who gets fouled and goes for a 3-point play.
It's about to get 30 balls, man.
30 points. And this quarter, so far in the last 4.5 minutes, the Lakers have scored 1 point.
Oh, man. And look, Anthony Davis, you could just see the pain on his face. They're showing it right now on the bench. He wants to be out there. He wants to, play with his teammates. And, it's just hurting him that he's not able to get out there with a groin injury.
KCP. Finally, some shot going in for the Lakers. Finally. It seems so far and few that, it's almost like celebration. KCP with another fast break.
When they make a single three, we celebrate. That's what it's come down to for the Lakers.
Yeah, they have suddenly a run, a 5-0 run. I don't think I've seen a 5-0 run by the Lakers in a long time.
Booker misses the three. Lakers with the defensive rebound Lakers score the basket, and it is 48-27. And Kevin Booker with the 134.3 net rating in this match. Yeah, he's been crazy.
KCP with another three. So looks like a little bit of a momentum. They cut the lead to 21, 48-27 in favor of the Phoenix Suns. So KCP hitting some baskets.
He might get hot. He's one of those microwave players that can, if he sees the ball go through the basket, he can get hot, Mr. Kumar. Let's see what's going to happen.
So a little bit of a decent defensive tightness by the Lakers.
Yeah, they're playing. It all starts at the defensive end. But Devin Booker makes the 2-point shot to break the run. Chris Paul with the nice pass. 50-27 Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker said, "That's enough, Lakers."
I'm going to ask my daughter, who do you think is going to win this game today? And she says Lakers.
Oh, she has spoken. Let's see if that's going to happen or not. Is she a Lakers fan? Have you converted her to a Lakers fan yet?
I've converted into a LeBron fan.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough. The whole Kumar family, safe to say, is probably all converted to LeBron fans by Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, the funny story is, like you call your father's like younger brother, like your uncle, as Chittappa, in Tamil, right?
Yeah.
And she calls LeBron Chittappa also, as if he's my younger brother.
All right.
So Chris Paul
makes the layup.
Yeah, the first points for Chris Paul in this.
He looks a lot healthier. I don't know about you, Mr. Kumar, but doesn't he looks a lot healthier, than he did, in games 2 and 3.
You got to understand, like these players. You're not going to be 100%. You got to fight through that pain. And a veteran like Chris Paul, he's going to play through that pain, and he's going to sit out some minutes, take some treatment, try to just rest that shoulder, and come back in. And he's going to be good in bursts. Hopefully, he doesn't get those, tight bumps inside the paint, or else he might aggravate his injury. Short clock. Devin Booker. And he doesn't seem to miss again. 55-31.
Oh, Kevin is saying, Shivam, we need LeBron. We need to give LeBron some Jalebi Fafra for next season. Oh, for sure, Kevin. He looks like he needs some. He needs some energy for sure.
Booker.
Man, and that was a contested 3. That was crazy. And yes, thank you everybody so much. We have received over 100 messages today via our chat. Thank you again so much for joining us today. That's what makes it fun, Mr. Kumar. With the audience, commenting, we have that, little, that interaction. That's why we do these watch parties. So thank you everybody so much for joining. And Kevin is saying LeBron needs some Tepla power.
Yeah, he needs Tepla, he needs Dokla, he needs Kandvi. He can, it's like he can get anything right now to get some help.
Yeah, he needs everything.
Yeah, because he's not getting any help from his teammates.
Yeah.
So Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder, and another turnover by LeBron. He should have taken that shot. I don't know why he went to pass it.
Kyle Kuzma misses the shot, but LeBron James gets the offensive rebound, another possession for the Los Angeles Lakers. And let's see if they can score.
Three for LeBron James. 55-34. Yeah, suddenly you can see that the Lakers are playing a little bit better. After they made some shots, and that's what confidence can do to you. But right now the confidence is all with and another steal by.
Oh, LeBron blocks DeAndre Ayton's layup, and Kyle Kuzma gets a defensive rebound. What a nice defensive play by LeBron James.
And a foul on Devin Booker.
Oh, Bhushan for sure. Lakers team needs to have the Mumbai Vodapov. I'm sure Mr. Kumar can vouch for that for sure. It's
Hey,
the
I
best
told you.
there.
Uh, I told you, let him have anything. If he needs that energy from tepla or vada pav or dosa or rajma chawal, it doesn't matter. He needs whatever. I mean, needs to get this game done
But
for the
Mr.
Lakers.
Kumar, the last time I visited Mumbai, the vada pav there is just no joke. Oh man, I ate it like almost every day there. It's the best.
I hope you were having from a hygienic place because that's going to be a little bit of a problem for you if you kind of have too much vada pavs, Shivam Patel.
I was eating too much vada pav. Oh man, it was so good.
Finally, they bring the lead down to 19 points. It's 55-36. It was 29, the highest lead for the Phoenix Suns. So a little bit of a momentum here for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh man, and
Devin Booker.
let's settle it with aloo paratha. Oh man, all this. I might have to have a midnight snack here after the show, Mr. Kumar. I'm getting hungry as we have a timeout here. Second quarter, 2:54 left. Phoenix Suns with the lead, 55-36. So I'm going to take a little break here. I'm going to let Mr. Kumar have a heart-to-heart conversation with the Lakers fans. So I'll see y'all in a few minutes.
Yeah, 55-36, cutting the lead down to 19 points. A little bit of a run for the Los Angeles Lakers. If just give me a few minutes to remove the statistics. Phoenix Suns were shooting red hot from three. They were, I think, 11 of 14 from three in the first quarter. Devin Booker was like, he can't seem to miss. He had like 22 points in the first quarter itself. So right now they're at 12 of 19. They go from a little bit 85% shooting from the three-point line to 63. They were shooting 68% in the first quarter. They've gone down to 57. And a good thing for the Lakers is they have kind of gotten a little bit of a momentum this quarter. KCP hitting those shots, LeBron James, and also a little bit of a defensive stops for the Lakers. So defense has picked up. So how many people think that, probably the Lakers can win this game? So if you think the Lakers can win this game, please, comment, and, we'll be more than happy. So Bhushan Suryavanshi, we need to give LeBron tacos and make it Taco Thursday for the Lakers. Hey, I think he needs those Mountain Dew Rise, to get that energy. He's been endorsing those, and Mountain Dew Rise is what LeBron needs right now. But good news, as we mentioned earlier, Denver Nuggets beat the Portland Trailblazers just before this game, and they move on to the second round for the second consecutive year. And Portland Trailblazers lose in the first round. So, Jason, Justin, everybody feels, the Lakers will win. Thank you for your support, Jason. And Bhushan, of course, is saying that the Lakers will win. Hard time for Dame. That situation is a little bit bad, bad for Dame Lillard, because I think he's going to seriously think whether he needs to stay in Portland with this current team setup, whether he can get it done. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Terry Stotts ending up losing job. But I did mention to Shivam in one of our shows earlier that Brad Stevens might get fired. But I mean, I don't know if this is some kind of a firing, but Brad Stevens doesn't want to coach anymore. So he moves to a front office role because Danny Ainge retired as the GM of the Boston Celtics. So Brad Stevens becomes the director of basketball operations, president of basketball operations for the Boston Celtics, and they are looking for a new coach.
He's going to be part of the hiring process, which is going to be funny because he's going to be, finding his replacement. So that's going to be kind of. But he is the president of basketball operations for the Boston Celtics. Yeah, it was surprising to say the least. But he got a little burned out with coaching. So let's see what's going to happen with that. But we'll get more into that a little bit later. Boston Celtics are not playing. We got a important game here that we would much rather talk about, But Devin Booker makes 2 free throws, 57-36, Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, and we're going to be having the duo from Ball is Bay, the NBA podcast. We have Ashwin and Vineet joining in. KCP launching that 3, but no. So I think it's time to welcome Ball is Bay into the show. And let's have their views on what's going to happen in this game. So let's welcome Ball is Bay, the NBA podcast, guys. Ashwin and Vineet.
Oh, what's up?
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Ashwin?
Hey man, this is a little disappointing start to the day. I had to watch Dame get out and now this blowout. You guys still think there's some comeback? Because unless LeBron is being aggressive, I mean, he's not been aggressive at all. Like, he's just getting the ball to pass it. That's not going to work.
I think the only way they can come back is if LeBron is aggressive and then the other role players make threes, But if they don't, then it's just going to be a struggle and they're just going to continue to get blown out because the Suns are making threes, Lakers are missing threes. That's just
I mean, hoping for the Lakers to make 3 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've not done this at all in the series. So suddenly asking them to do that is, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The analytics masters might say, there's not much possibility. But there's a little person on the stream also.
We got a young.
Yeah, that's my daughter. That's my daughter.
Hello.
Yeah, she's also
Hey.
enjoying the game.
I think you have to ask
So,
her
yeah,
to
I mean,
give some luck to the Lakers. They really need it, man. Like they got ambushed at home. This is like that game against the. I mean, okay, that was not at home, but you can't get ambushed like this. Oh my God, what a start by Devin Booker! Like, how can you? Oh,
So I think, see, I mean, this
Hotter
it's
than the
all been
Phoenix desert.
it's all because of confidence. I mean, see, I mean, it's all a momentum game too. In basketball, what happened. I mean, now Coach Monty Williams is like, hey, you know what? You're not scared. You're confident. Just attempt, and that's what's happening for the Phoenix Suns, because you pretty much have everybody like Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, Devin Booker, even Cameron Johnson. Everybody hitting threes. And giving that support. But the good thing is LeBron has gone to the line now 6 times.
I like that aggressive LeBron.
The count was 0. In the last game, 0 free throws in the last game, and that's the first time he's had 0 free throws in a playoff game.
Yeah.
wow.
And Ashwin, I think it really also another thing for the Lakers to come back is they need to play great defense because their defense is not helping their offense. They're the number 1 defensive team in the regular season, even now in the playoffs, but they're just giving the Suns wide open looks. They're not getting deflections. They're not getting turnovers. And I thought they could get some transition points to kind of fuel their offense and give them confidence. And they're not doing either right now.
Yeah, nobody has stepped up. We expected someone, either Kuzma or LeBron. They're all scared of taking shots. I mean, you can't win a game if you're scared of taking shots.
No, they are. That's true. Honestly, they look like the moment's a little bit too big for them, or they're not. They're just waiting for LeBron to do something. They're not taking initiative. They're not taking action. And they seem a little shaky on their jump shots for sure.
Yeah. I'm feeling sad that this is our first visit to the place, and Mr. Kumar is not feeling it at all. Like I wanted the happy.
I'm enjoying it. I love it. I'm loving it.
Well, I mean, I'm a LeBron fan, so it doesn't matter. So as a fan, I still feel, I mean, the Lakers have a chance. But as a basketball analyst, I mean, I know probably
okay.
this game is pretty much over because it's not easy to come back from a 20-point deficit. I mean, so easily. I mean, you need to be, a superlative team. But I don't think the Lakers have displayed that in this particular series, that they are a superlative team in order to win a championship.
No, offensively, they're not. They're very inconsistent, especially three offensively. And that's how you win championships, is making threes.
Thanks, Bhushan. Cheers.
Thanks for joining.
I see you got a Bhushan and K-Pod. Kevin's also here. There's all these little analysts have also joined the show. Crazy. It's nice. I mean, see, I think you guys, what you're doing is, you're giving a lot of visibility to these people who otherwise would not get so much. And I mean, especially Lakers fans, so they are crazy, man. Like there's so many Lakers fans,
Oh,
and they're
I
not
know
scared
it.
of saying that they're Lakers fans. They are just really proud of it, and I'm sure like it's not the first time the Lakers have not managed to win the title, but there's also the AD injury, so there's there's reasons for this. Like it's not like plus the injury to regular season, they had to come out. If there wasn't any flow, plus I mean, there's more things than what
No, I
they
think
just told.
they
Ashwin,
need
okay, go ahead.
they need some good 3-point shooters in the team, because this league has become more more of a game from the 3-point line than from the paint. You can see pretty much all the other teams have at least one or two guys who can make big shots from the 3-point line. But that's the inconsistency with the Lakers. I mean, I would say they were decent in the regular season, but this playoffs, I mean, they can really hit the big shots.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you need somebody like a Steph Curry, but you didn't need somebody like maybe a Marcus Morris, or I mean, he shot like 44% from the 3-point line the entire season. But so you need those kind of guys. KCP was really good in the last playoffs, but he's not been too effective this particular season.
Yeah, and for sure, you need 3-point shooting, and the Lakers really don't have that. Outside really, everybody's just too inconsistent. Of a team. And
Mr. Patel, don't you think that 3-point thing is a little two-edged way? Because you need someone inside so that the ball can shoot out and there is space. Like I feel the major problem is that there is no spacing at all, because nobody is able to drive in. You're sort of able to stay home with the 3-point shooters, so
yeah,
they're not getting like good shots. It's not like an easy shot which a Marcus Morris gets because he's open. But right now,
No,
because
but
when they drive in, there's no space to go anywhere.
because they're
yeah, but
clogging
I think
they're
yeah.
building the wall like they do usually with Giannis, and
Yeah.
they're basically daring the Lakers, like, hey, LeBron, kick it out to those 3-point shooters. We don't think they can make it consistently enough. We would rather live and die by them missing threes than you just going crazy in the paint. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, but I think the game has changed also a little bit, because even the centers today, hang around in the 3-point line more than in the paint. I mean, even if you see Joel Embiid in the last season, he used to take more threes than really float around the paint. Of course, after Doc Rivers has come, he's been doing a dual job, and he's been considered like a good center after Shaquille O'Neal and stuff like that. But he has the ability to shoot 3-pointers, and that's what probably draws out the defense when your center has to come out and the paint becomes much easier to score. So it's
But not in this series, right? I mean, Aiton doesn't go outside. Aiton is an
no,
inside.
not in this series. But I mean, but if you look at Kaminsky, who comes in as a substitute for DeAndre Ayton whenever he's resting, Kaminsky is more of an outside guy than an inside guy. Of course, DeAndre Ayton is more like a traditional center who has dominated the paint. He's shooting. He's shooting like 88% from the paint this entire series.
And he could block shots. He can block shots, gets rebounds. He's physical.
Absolutely.
A big thing that's been lost is, of course, we know how well Luka Doncic is playing, right? And there was all those teams got so much heat for, passing on Luka Doncic. But what's really getting underrated is how well Trae Young is playing, how well DeAndre Ayton is playing. And those two guys were picked ahead of Luka Doncic. So major props to those guys.
Absolutely. I mean, Devin Booker has been sensational.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that Chris Paul is the leader and he needs to be the floor general. He needs to be inside that game. But I mean, of course, Chris Paul has a great influence on this team, because of which they performed so well in the regular season. But I think the revelation has been Devin Booker, because the offense is mainly run by Devin Booker rather than by Chris Paul.
It is. And Ashwin, I wanted to ask you, who do you think has been the best player for the series for the Suns? Has it been Devin Booker, or has it been Chris Paul or DeAndre Ayton? What is your opinion on that?
I think Ayton has gotten easy shots, and he's done well to convert them. I'm not taking anything away from him, but I think he's not a playmaker. I think I look at it as more of a who's that playmaker, who's finding the mismatches or who's getting the ball to the right place. I think it's easily Chris Paul. See, again, Devin Booker, pure scorer, right? Like you can't stop him. He can like score on anything, but that doesn't necessarily translate to wins. So I feel a lot of the wins have come because of Chris Paul knowing what to do and like getting the ball right times. And once you win a little bit, man, like there's that confidence. Like you think that any shot that you take is gonna go in. Like that Dame Lillard confidence is, it's oh my god.
I 100% agree with you. What really shows Chris Paul's impact is this Suns team last year, same team, 29-36. Well, minus Jay Crowder, but pretty much the same team. They did go 8-0 in the bubble, but they're 29-36. They bring Chris Paul in, their second team in the East or in the West. Second best team in the NBA, and that really showed. And even when Chris Paul was out, I loved how Devin Booker was playing the facilitator role. Like he knew when to score, but also when to facilitate, attack the basket, force defense to collapse and find his teammates. I think Devin Booker did an excellent job early in the series playing the Chris Paul facilitator role.
Absolutely.
I think for me, the surprise player in this particular series has been Cameron Payne. Because I mean, last season he was playing in China. He played in the G League, and then he just made an appearance for the Suns in the bubble, and now he did get a contract finally this year. But in the absence of Chris Paul, especially this particular series, of course, probably in the regular season he didn't get that many minutes because Chris Paul was healthy and playing. But he has been phenomenal. I mean, he's been controlling the game. He's been scoring. And he's averaged more than what Chris Paul averaged during the entire regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, he's causing a lot of pain to the Lakers. That lefty, he's deceptively quick. He can get to the basket. He can shoot the three. He was a lottery pick like 5 or 6 years ago, but then he really brought his way back in the NBA to play in China, play in Russia, and he's been a great backup point guard, And also Mikal Bridges' impact on the defense and Ashwin cannot be understated. Kind of tell us, what do you think about Mikal Bridges' defense on LeBron James?
I mean, I haven't. I think you can't defend LeBron James. It's just LeBron James sort of ends up defeating himself if he's not enforcing his will. I mean, his major thing is you can't stop him. But if he's like, okay, I'm going to just pass the ball here, I'm going to pass the ball here. I think Mr. Kumar made that point where he got the ball twice in the post and he just passed it out. And that's not the LeBron James that is effective. That is not the LeBron James that is dangerous. The LeBron James that is dangerous is he gets the ball in the post. You get two people to collapse and boom, he passes the ball out.
Exactly.
Even if the shot is not made, I mean, that is the right play. And he does that more often than not because, that's just LeBron James's greatness.
But I think, you have to agree that in the last 2 seasons, since he came back from his groin injury, he has been more of a facilitator, overall, rather than, being really aggressive, going inside. But
don't you think that's a role thing that he's chosen because he doesn't have to exert himself too much,
and age also, right? I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you say, you can be what you were at 30, at 36, right? I mean, your body does say some things to you, and that just let me announce the score. It's a 21-point lead for the Phoenix Suns at the end of the first half. A little bit of a better quarter for the Lakers. They were down by 29. So what's Krishna saying? Lakers getting prepared for next season. But anyway, Ashwin, I know we were talking about the game, but can you explain a little bit about what is Ball is Bay and what do you do in that show? Absolutely. So there are a lot of audience here. We may have cross audiences as well, but a little bit of an intro about Ball is Bay.
Yeah, man. Me and Vineet, we started Ball is Bay 4 years ago. This is our 4th season. We started off with the aim of releasing 1 episode every week, which was difficult in season 1 because we were just starting out and we were sort of feeling things out. It's been great, man. We've managed to do things that we never thought we could do. We've talked to Hall of Famers, Robert Torrey, like a lot of players. Vineet was lucky enough to go to the All-Star game, watch all the players. Like he saw Dirk Nowitzki, which was the highlight of his career.
Wow.
And it's crazy, man. Like, and obviously being getting touch with Eklavyas and other associations who work with basketball in their own capacity. So really, we just talk ball. We have a 1 hour show every week. We have other sort of formats also, but our main thing is the podcast that we do, 1 hour of
Yeah.
hoops. That's it. We just talk NBA basketball though. We haven't gotten into anything else.
And
I mean, there's no league more fun than the NBA.
sorry about that. Where can the audience
Yeah.
find all your content for Ball is Bay?
Hey man, like just Google Ball is Bay NBA podcast. If you don't find it, then hit me up on Instagram and tell me that you need to do a better job on search engine optimization. You just find it. I think the link is in the description, so you can find it out, or just search on Instagram. We are most active on Instagram. Our audience is mostly there, and this is what we do.
I believe you have a Instagram show today as well.
We do a live every day of the playoffs. So after the games are done, we just talk about what happened and why it happened.
Yeah, go check them out, ladies and gentlemen. They have great content. We're so happy to be talking to you, Ashwin. Be collaborating.
No, man, I'm a huge fan of the Patel Kumar Talkshow. I love the way you announce. I hope that's I go by Ashwin, but I hope that you'd be like, welcome, Mr. Ashwin, and it'll be like, yes, now I'm part of this.
Yeah, we can, of course. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. Promoting basketball. All over.
And Mr. Kumar also, I was going through some really old Indian basketball scene, and in the audience, I saw Mr. Kumar there, and I froze frame that thing. I took a screenshot, but I don't know where that is though. And I was like, okay, so this is like he's been in the scene for a while now, and I don't know much about both of you guys, but I know that is there. Of course, I know a lot about this guy.
Yeah, that's your partner.
Gentlemen, joining us, it is Vineet. So welcome.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Thanks for having us on your show.
He's somewhere in Europe, and that's why he's late, I guess. I mean, it's like too early in the morning for him.
No. I was waiting for the Lakers to completely die. I was already celebrating. I was getting the champagne ready. Just getting ready for the celebrations.
Hey, I already got my champagne ready. I'm ready to pop it once the game's.
So we were discussing this yesterday. So I'm a big Spurs fan. So my hate for the Lakers fandom is almost instant.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks a lot for before we start making. Vinod seem bad, and I'm sure he's going through his emotions right now.
I can reserve my sadness for another 24 minutes. I mean, I still hope that the Lakers make a comeback.
Yeah. So Vineet, what is your observations of this first half so far?
Honestly, I was just so happy. I couldn't really observe much.
But Spurs fans here, so let's go.
All right. No, but I think I was telling Ashwin this also is like I can never rule out LeBron. He has for my generation, he's like the Michael Jordan, right? Like he's the guy who showed up, who's always showing up, always like taking absolutely trashy teams to phenomenal victories, or even just not even if series, but at least games. Mm-hmm. So I still hold my LeBron card left, and hopefully he pulls something out. But I think that with AD down, it's a wrap.
Yeah, it looks like it. You could just see the pain on his face. Sitting on that sideline, knowing that they're going to lose without it.
But in my opinion, I think this year and this series has pretty much given a little bit of hint for us that LeBron is not the same LeBron that he was in the previous year. So ultimately, I think we got to understand. I know we talk history, right? When we say he can take over games, he can be aggressive, he needs to go inside the paint, because we're always trained in the mind that in the last 18 years, he's been doing the same thing. But I think this year has proven that, age is catching up a little bit. He needs
the door.
Yeah, and he is changed his role, and so you need younger guys in the team. Maybe it could be AD, it could be anybody who probably needs to take a bulk of the scoring role, in terms of making it more aggressive for the Lakers. They've been good defensively. That's not been a great problem yet. But I think offensively they're really struggling.
I've never really understood that stat. Like, how are the Lakers good defensively? I have not seen a single defensive
exactly
stand in the entire playoffs. Like, they've just like,
no, I think,
okay, let's
that's what
hope
I'm
this
saying.
ball doesn't
It's
go
been
in.
an
Like, they're like
aberration.
Austin Rivers when Dame is shooting.
It's been an aberration this playoff. I agree with that. But I mean, it was a little bit evident in terms of the play-in game against the Golden State Warriors, right? They were trailing by 13, 14 points in the half. And the third and fourth quarter, they really picked up their defense and, caused a lot of turnovers for the Golden State. But
I still
that's
think
what they've been doing.
Yeah, but still, the Golden State Warriors really only have Steph, so they focus on your defense with Steph. Then it's easy to stop, So I think that was kind of an aberration game a little bit.
I mean, plus a lot of unforced turnovers as well. They just kept passing the ball to the Lakers. It's like, here.
Yeah, I don't think it was much. I think it was more bad Warriors offense than it was, I think, good Lakers defense.
I feel it's both. See, because you can have just a bad offense and expect the Lakers to overcome a 14-point deficit. I think it has to be both. I don't think you can have either or one. It has to be complementary. Good defense as well as bad offense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And LeBron even said it, I think, earlier this year that, hey, AD is kind of like the face of this now. He's going to be the guy that we run our offense through. He's going to be the guy that's kind of carrying our offense. AD was going to win an MVP possibly at the beginning of the season, if he was able to stay healthy. So do you see AD, taking?
That's just the Laker media. That's just the Laker media. Let's not. That's just the Laker media.
I think this season has proved that AD is not MVP material. I think you're never going to have AD playing, 75 games a year. You're just not going to have him playing, at least even 90% of the regular season games. You're going to get him probably 60%, 70% of the regular season games. And you can just hope that, he is healthy come playoffs. And, this particular season, he has not been. And historically, he's not been, injury-free, throughout his entire career.
But last year, he showed so much promise. He carried, pretty much the Lakers. He was awesome in the playoffs, making that game-winning shot against the Nuggets in the finals. He could have won, finals MVP. So I thought he.
But again, there was that pre-bubble break was also there, right? Like, so he got a little bit of air under his leg. I mean, Mr. Kumar is absolutely right. I don't think AD has ever been completely, healthy ever completely for the entire season and playing great. Like, I think maybe his rookie season, but he's always had issues with his body. It's always breaking down. I don't know. I mean, obviously he's a great player, but maybe not MVP material.
But Ashwin, I don't think he can even carry a team. I don't think he can, be that guy that you just pay. I'm going to carry the franchise. I think he's always going to be like a 1B, instead of like a 1A,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think let's shift. Yeah, sorry.
No. I was just asking. So we on the pod we asked this question last week. First round is almost over. I think we have the Mavs tomorrow, and then if things go well, then there's a game 7. I mean, I really want a game 7. But what has been your biggest, good surprise and biggest bad surprise in these players? Don't talk about the Lakers because I don't know, it's sad. But any other team, like great surprise, bad surprise.
I think for me, I'll just go first real quick. The surprise has to be the Atlanta Hawks. Because this is their first time coming in the playoffs. They really don't have that experience. But Trae Young, oh my God. He basically just ended the New York Knicks, talking trash to the Garden crowd, giving it back at them. I loved it. And they just have such a great complete team. Bogdanovich, Collins, Trae Young, Gallinari. They have just Hunter. They just have so many weapons. I think they have to be the biggest surprise because I thought it was at least going to go to a 6 or 7 game series, but the Hawks just pretty much inserted their will, and they just had more offensive power, I think, than the Knicks did, and that's the reason that they were able to win that series.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Kumar? Who's the biggest surprise?
I think Dallas Mavericks for me. The reason is very simple. It's like one man carrying the entire team. I mean, you never expected. Porzingis is similar to Anthony Davis. I mean, he gets injured a lot, and you don't get
the similarity ends right there. You don't have any other similarities.
Yeah, And I didn't expect people like Tim Hardaway
Tim
Jr.
Hardaway.
or all
Dorian
all these
Finney-Smith.
people. Yeah, all these
Finney
people,
Smith.
and especially after they lost Seth Curry also, this season to the Philadelphia 76ers. So this young man who's 22 years old, who's probably playing his 10th playoff game, and he's already had like 40-point performances in the playoffs, probably more than anybody who has played like 200 games in the playoffs.
What about you guys? What is your biggest surprise?
Vineet, you want to go?
I mean, I think.
Don't say a different answer. Okay, don't say a different answer.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to think of a different answer. I mean, I think
no, but you can. Yeah, sorry, you can say what is your actual answer and then go for a different answer.
The actual answer might be Tim Duncan or something. We can't have that answer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just want to touch on that. To bring back Tim Duncan, I want to touch on that age topic that Vinod talked about. I think when Tim Duncan and the Spurs swept a prime LeBron, I think he was the same age, right? I think Tim Duncan was the same age, and he averaged 20-12 in the finals. So I think age is definitely catching up.
But Kawhi Leonard won the MVP. So
he did. But did
MVP? That we all know Tim Duncan should have won that MVP.
We all know that. It's like Andre Iguodala winning the MVP over Steph. Let's just stop this.
This is my biggest nightmare. Having two Spurs fans just agreeing with each other.
Sorry, Ashwin. I mean, but as a fan, which team do you really?
Ashwin is no fan.
I'm a Washington Wizards guy. Russell Westbrook has disappointed me. I mean, I say once they went to the Wizards, I mean, I had no loyalties anywhere. I think the Nets are the best team in the league, but I think the Bucks are really, really close. And I think for me, I mean, even though you didn't ask me, but I'll just tell you anyways. The Bucks were the surprise team for me because I did not think that they were this good. Like they played really well in the regular season, which they always do. But the way they beat the Heat, especially after that game one where it was overtime sort of game, I thought that series really showed that they are really, really locked in, really good 3-point and inside, which I think is I don't think the Nets have that.
We didn't have to hear about Heat culture anymore. I was getting sick and tired of hearing.
Oh my God, that was such media propaganda. I mean, these places have such media propaganda.
Big market economies.
Yeah. So Ashwin, who's your prediction to play in the finals and who's going to win the championship?
He had predicted Lakers, by the way.
Yeah, I said Lakers Nets, man. I didn't expect this AD to go down. This guy is just like my Celtic. Yeah, I think Nets from the East and
Clippers. You said Clippers yesterday.
Clippers, I said will beat the other team. What is that?
Mavs.
I said Clippers will beat Jazz. Clippers beating. I think Denver versus Nets.
Denver. Oh my God.
Okay.
What? Denver.
That's not a big deal. Wow.
I should skip changing like every 3 days.
I said Nets versus Lakers. Yeah.
Ashwin, I know it's very early in the morning, but still, I mean, Denver versus Nets. I mean,
Denver's facing. Who are they facing?
If you are a betting man, I would expect you to put at least $10 on it because you may win $1,000 in that particular bet.
If I had $10, I would definitely put it. But I think Denver will face Mavericks next. I think this Mavericks one man. No,
they play Phoenix. They play Phoenix or Lakers. Denver will play Phoenix or Lakers.
Let's not say or Lakers. Let's say just Phoenix. I think the Denver is much better.
Wow,
I think
the fan is like or Lakers.
Man,
it is still possible.
Discounting the Lakers.
Yeah, of course it's possible.
No.
But Vinod, are you a Lakers fan or are you a LeBron fan? Because I've seen you wear Cavs. You're a LeBron fan. Okay, so you're Bron sexual.
He's a bronze sector. So I have to deal with every day. You're talking about those crazy Lakers fans. I have to deal with them every day.
Oh, God.
There is a story behind it why I'm a LeBron fan because I was in Ohio from 2000 to 2006.
Oh, prime LeBron.
Oh,
I mean, not prime LeBron, but prime hype.
Yeah, I mean, so basically I was, studying in college there and, Akron is just an hour and a half away from my college town. So I mean, of course,
Where did you
the
study?
I
Cincinnati.
studied in university called Bowling Green State University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and so we of course got to see a lot of LeBron on local TV channels and stuff. And then of course the nearest basketball team for me was the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? So it was a natural progression in terms of LeBron to LeBron, So.
Yeah. All right. So before the second half starts, you guys want to do some trivia? NBA playoffs trivia?
Oh my God, Ashwin loves this shit. Like any quiz,
I love
like,
trivia.
yes.
All right. Let's play some trivia here.
Oh God.
Ashwin, you represent Ballers Bay.
What is this? The representation? Oh my God. No, too much pressure, but fine. Let's.
Yeah, no,
Let's be like-
you're right. The second half has started, but let's just do some trivia real quick before we get to the game.
Sure.
The game has already started. It's 64-43 after 30 seconds in the second half.
All right.
Oh, this is easy. This is Michael Jordan.
Who scored the most points in a playoff game? Is it Wilt, Donovan Mitchell, Michael Jordan, or Elgin Baylor? I'm going to go with Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Michael
I think
Jordan.
they did 62. Yeah, 63 points. Sorry.
Against that Celtics.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And Larry Bird saw God.
Larry Bird. Yeah, exactly. He said Jesus on sneakers. So, yeah, no surprise there, Michael Jordan. All right, who has the most career wins in the playoffs? Ori, is it Tim Duncan, LeBron James, or Derek Fisher? What do you guys think?
I know it's not Tim Duncan, and I know the answer.
I know it's not Tim Duncan. I know Derek Fisher is number 2.
No, I think Derek Fisher
it could be
one.
LeBron because he just had more.
I'm going Ori.
Games.
Yeah, I probably go
Derek
Ori
Fisher.
or Fisher.
D.
Ori or Fisher for me.
Ori. Yeah.
No, you can't give two answers.
Ori.
Oh!
I mean,
Did
it's
he
a
just-
percentage.
what?
Stats percentage. I mean, he's just had more playoff games than anybody else.
Oh,
Right.
Just airballs right now. This is not good.
No, it did hit the rim.
Okay.
It was not
And
an
did it? Okay.
Okay. It hit the rim. We'll go with that, guys. It hit the rim. Which team has the best playoff record, highest
Oh,
winning
God.
percentage in NBA history? Lakers, Celtics, Warriors, or Sixers?
I think I would pick the Warriors because I mean I know it's a percentage thing because it doesn't mention the number of.
I'm
games.
Lakers. Going Lakers. What do you think, Vineet?
I think I'll go dumb math. I would go Warriors.
I would go Celtics.
Okay, so we're all different. We all pick different answers.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh, this is a single
Okay,
season.
that particular year, I think. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I thought overall.
Yeah, I thought overall too. Yeah,
You need to.
that's
find
73 and 9 year. Yeah. Which team has
No,
recorded?
This is the next year. This is a 16-1 playoff run.
Oh, 6. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Which team has recorded the highest percentage contribution of his team's field goals via scoring or assist?
Doncic.
This is the Luka, the Don. The
Yeah,
Don.
Don.
Yesterday, I think it was last game. It was last game.
Yeah, Doncic. Yep,
Yeah,
84%. Yeah,
I think it was the game 5 against the Clippers.
yeah. It
No,
was
game
the last
6.
game, Vinod.
No, sorry, game
six,
5.
game
Yes.
five, yeah.
Game 5.
Yesterday.
Who was the first player ever to record 50 points, 10 assists, 10 plus 3-pointers in a single playoff game?
What time is it? Dame time.
I think
time.
it's Dame time.
Game time.
I don't think Russell Westbrook has hit 3. You think Russell Westbrook ever hit 10 plus 3-pointers in a game?
No. But he's attempted it.
I was going to go with Sleepy Floyd. All right. Which NBA team drafted Phoenix Suns head coach Monty Williams?
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna go Spurs
You don't know.
just to bring Spurs because I have no idea what the
Yeah,
answer
I'm going to go Spurs too with Vineet.
I think the answer is probably Spurs, but I can't agree with Vineet, so I have to say New York.
I mean, this
I think 76ers.
This quiz was created by a Spurs fan, so I'm gonna.
That is
He would
probably
inject
right.
some Spurs trivia right there. Oh
New York Knicks. Okay.
no!
Hello.
All right. I think that was the last question. Yep.
I think it's obvious that I won, so I guess I'm taking over the show now. So, gentlemen, what do you guys think? What is going to happen in the Bucks Nets series. I mean, I think that is probably the best question to ask. Like, what do you think is the Nets versus Bucks? I mean, Mr. Kumar, if you can.
I have picked the Bucks. I picked the Bucks.
Oh.
Of course, he picks the Bucks.
But why?
That's the win.
No. I have a reason.
Okay.
I still feel yes, offensively, those three guys are going to score 90 points on you every single game. But I still feel the Bucks are very good defensively this particular season. Especially with Drew Holiday, coming in, and so I just feel the Bucks have a little bit more control in the game than the Nets. The Nets are going to be like super like hot from the field, but defensively they have a little bit of challenge. I don't know what strategy they're going to employ against Giannis.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think, Ballers Bay?
I think it's a 4-3 series. I think it's a 4-3 series for me.
I agree. It's going to be 7, but I think the Nets are going to win because I don't trust Giannis in the playoffs. I think they're going to build the wall, and force him to shoot. And I don't know if Drew Holiday can beat you, Chris Middleton. And I think the Nets just have too many other weapons, and they have too many other shooters around the big three that even if they're struggling, I think they can come up big. So I think it's just because of the scoring power of the Nets. I would give them the edge in 7 games. What about you guys?
Vineet?
You know what? Just for just for sake of argument, I will pick the Bucks. I think they are a good team, and always good teams do well in playoff runs, and they're like, I think we've discussed this many times. Like, they are a perfect match against the Nets. So if they execute the way they have been playing the entire regular season, also the first round of the playoffs, I think Nets will have their hands full. And the problem sometimes is when you get your hands full and you don't have experience of that throughout the season, you kind of tend to crumble, like what happened to LeBron in 2011 when they met the great Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes, exactly.
I have done my job for this spot. I've said Dirk Nowitzki and Tim Duncan, and now I can leave.
Yes.
Hey, Naman, first, I think we'll have to give a shout out to
Naman.
our first ever.
Yo, Naman, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Whoa, first of many. Absolutely. It's
celebration. Thank you very much. We appreciate your donation, and thank you for tuning in and watching the show and being part of the mission to continue to grow basketball all over the globe and in India. So thank you. What about you, Ashwin? What's your prediction? Bucks Nets.
I think I can't go against like an offense which has 3. Not only at least 2 of them are selfless, but they can score their own shot. They can like make their own things. The only thing that I say, like Mr. Kumar said, Drew Holiday either guards Harden or he guards Kyrie Irving. Now the thing is, can Drew Holiday guard them at one end and then come back and do his special thing, like which is creating offense on the other end? Now Chris Middleton will also have his hands full with Durant. That is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Because not only are you defending, but you're watching buckets made off of tough shots every single time. It's just like, oh my God, what is this? Why did I choose
7 foot, right? He can shoot and drive to the base. He's a monster,
Yeah, right. And he makes those difficult shots which just demoralizes the opposition.
Yeah.
So that way. But I think, like in the regular season also, what happened is they let Giannis do his thing. Giannis is like, okay, let me practice some post moves. He got into the post, he did his thing. And then the game was sort of even. So I think the best thing would be for it to be a 4-3 series. I think Nets, but the Bucks are the best defensive team. Like that is what I've seen. Like, when somebody says good defense, what the Bucks do is good defense.
Yeah, exactly. And
exactly,
what the Bucks really take advantage of the Nets is their size. With Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis, they need to really dominate the boards on offense and dominate the boards on defense. And that's really the size advantages where they can really destroy the Nets and force those guys into foul trouble.
Yeah, man, Bobby Portis has been a little underrated. I think he's done a great job with that second team that comes in.
Second unit,
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, we're in still the second half here. 71-52 Phoenix Suns. Lakers cut the lead a little bit. 8:16 left in the third quarter. We are with Ballers Bay. Go check out their content. Go check out their YouTube channel. Go search them on the net. They put a lot of great basketball content on there. Ashwin and Vineet, they're doing a great job. And they're going to go live, I believe, after this game to give their thoughts.
After this game.
Yep. So thank you guys again so much for joining.
No, it's our pleasure, man. Like I watch the Patel and Kumar show every single time. I mean, most of the time. I did catch your other, like I was telling you yesterday, the other watch party, and I was like, that's a
great, 3-4. Dennis Schroeder finally hits a 3. So we're gonna give a party.
Lakers are coming back. Lakers are coming back.
I'm gonna spend that 40 rupees from Super Chat on buying sweets because Dennis Schroeder hit a 3.
I want to buy some champagne. Spend that 40 rupees for some champagne once the Lakers lose.
Hey, it's a 16-point lead. It's not great. It's not much.
18 now. 18 now. So again, thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
All right, see you.
Thank you. Talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, Mr. Kumar is heating up. 73-58. 15-point deficit in the middle of the third quarter. Thank you again, Ballers Bay, for coming on to the show, giving your thoughts about the playoffs. And thank you, everybody, again, for tuning in and putting your...
by Wesley Matthews.
Yep.
15-point game. Slow and steady for the Lakers. Come on, guys. Let's...
But Devin Booker, man, 75-60. Let's putting an end to the Lakers run.
DeAndre Ayton inside gets a lob.
But again, guys, if you have put your comments in the chat section below, if you have any questions, your comments about the game, who's going to win, are you feeling good about the Lakers coming back? We want to hear from you in the chat section, so keep the chats coming.
18 points for LeBron James and a turnover by Phoenix Suns. I think slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady. I think they need to cut it down to 10 points. Come on, let's go. Lakers. Boom, 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 boom.
You see what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday.
Hey, I mean, I'm not like this during a talk show. I'm like this during our that's Devin Booker from just outside the D, 77-60. Red hot Devin Booker.
He's red.
And
Morris misses the 3, but it's 77-60.
Dennis Schroeder missing that one and out of bounds for the Lakers.
Yep.
And LeBron James sitting out with 18 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Wesley Matthews. No. To Morris. Morris hits a jumper, but no good. Rebound, Devin Booker. The score still reads 77-60, a 17-point lead. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left in this third quarter.
77-60 Phoenix Suns. Can the Suns close the Lakers out tonight, or will the Lakers force a Game 7 back in the desert?
Another turnover for Cameron Payne.
He's
causing a little bit of
Phoenix Suns right now.
A little bit of a defensive push by the Lakers. Hopefully LeBron comes back. Is he going to come back in pretty soon? That's good. Just a stoppage in play and 77-60.
We got some tunes here as we are enjoying this game, getting to crunch time closing the third quarter, 77-60 Phoenix Suns. Mr. Kumar is enjoying, yes, his coffee, his Lakers mug, Lakers jersey. He's already hoping and praying that the Lakers are able to pull out the victory.
And a foul drawn on by Dennis Schroeder on DeAndre Ayton, and he will go to the free throw line. We haven't seen much of DeAndre Ayton in this particular game so far. of course, last game he was not really needed because it was a blowout and he pretty much sat the entire second half. But we haven't really seen too much of DeAndre Ayton in this particular game. We want to watch along every week if we are going to see fanboy Mr. Kumar. Well, I hope the Lakers win so that we can have more, watch parties during Laker games. But, we never know. I think we may come back again, at least for one of the Bucks versus Nets games. So let's hope that series, is, a good series.
I'll be the fanboy. I'll be the Nets fanboy here. I'll be taking Mr. Kumar's place and be the Nets fanboy when we do the watch party for the Brooklyn Nets Milwaukee Bucks series.
Well, what's your call for the Clippers Mavs game tomorrow? Is it going to be Mavs or is it Clippers are going to force the game 7?
I think we're gonna stay with the trend of the road team winning every game this series. I think the Clippers they feel like they're comfortable in Dallas, comfortable in front of a big crowd. I think still pick the Clippers to win in 7 games. So I think the Clippers are going to win tomorrow night. What about you, Mr. Kumar?
13-point game, 64-77.
You got Clippers or Mavs tomorrow?
I think I'm going with the Mavs. I think if it's a close game, I'm not too confident about the Clippers, last 2 or 3 minutes style of play. They just freeze. I don't know why, but I think they've been red hot. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, even Reggie Jackson. But those last couple of minutes, they struggle.
Yeah, and they have no answer for Luka Doncic. And if those role players, Tim Hardaway, Dorian Finney-Smith, Jalen Brunson, Maxi Kleba, if those guys continue to make shots and Luka continues to get a 40-piece, with a double-double or triple-double, the Mavs are going to be very hard to stop. So
Yes, Kevin Somani, it is LeBron. He's cut the lead to 13 points and a little bit of support
in the third quarter. So Luka the Clippers need to decide, are we going to let Luka get his but stop the others, or we're going to stop the others and we're going to let, stop Luka and let the others get theirs. They have a big decision to make, and it all starts on the defensive end for the LA Clippers, because they're supposed to be this great defensive team with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Marcus Morris, but they've really struggled to stop Luka, and he's just tearing them up, on offense.
No way, Doncic with the Magic. Y'all not dream of Kashi winning the series? Jason, Kawhi, I think instead of, it's not Kwashi, but it's Kawhi, which was probably a spell check. But yeah, I think I'm picking. I think this would bring the NBA ratings to an all-time low if the Clippers and the Lakers both lose in the first round.
Yeah, no, it would be. But the only thing maybe carrying the ratings would be the Nets. But it would still be a pretty low ratings. But you'd be happy for the small market teams, if that did happen. The Jazz, the Denver Nuggets, the Phoenix Suns, that would be represented in the finals. But it would still hurt the ratings, at least on the Western Conference side. The Brooklyn Nets have a big following all over the country, but it would definitely hurt it if the Lakers and Clippers lose the ratings.
So Laker fans a little bit excited. They have a reason because they have cut the lead to 13 points. The highest lead was 29 points in the second quarter. But Lakers making a little bit of a run. Hopefully they can continue that momentum. I think there's about 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, 4 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm going to take another quick break and let Mr. Kumar talk to the rest of the Lakers fans.
Yeah, and Dennis Schroeder hitting a 3. He's in double digits. Wesley Matthews also hitting a 3. KCP has been pretty okay this game. So a little bit of help coming LeBron's way. So LeBron had a very brief rest in that third quarter. He just sat out for a minute or so, and he's back again in the lineup. So 77-64, the score. And CP3 is checked out again, and Cameron Payne, who has been phenomenal this series for the Phoenix Suns, and he goes in for a layup and a blocking foul on Wes Matthews, and Cameron Payne will go to the line. John Moran tweeting, a lot of basketball left. He'll be very sad. A good team, Memphis Grizzlies, who lost in the first round to the Utah Jazz, 4-1 yesterday. Cameron Payne in the line, and he converts the first one, 78-64, 4 minutes and 33 seconds left. So at least one good thing for the Lakers is that Devin Booker has not been getting too many shots this particular quarter. Cameron Payne is 1 of 5 today from the field, and he's 2 on 2 on free throws. So I think his shoulder is still bothering him. Yes, but he's just fighting through the pain. It's not an injury that can really be. And Wes Matthews trying for that shot, but unable to score. From the corner, 3, and he scores! 12-point game, 79-67, 4 minutes left. A 3 by Wes Matthews. And a foul on Dennis Schroeder. It was a nice defensive move there, but 79-67, 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in this quarter. So a little bit of help here for LeBron James in this quarter.
Empire record, Bron can't save Lakers every time. Yeah, the other role players need to step up, Empire Records, and let Wesley Matthews hit some shots. Schroeder did, KCP. So let's see if they can continue to hit shots, because LeBron cannot carry this Lakers team to a win all by himself. He's going to need a supporting cast.
A miss by Wes Matthews. We have cut to a single-digit lead, but that's 79-67, Tolan Horton-Tucker. THT with a foul, and Cameron Payne will go to the line again.
Payne. He's got to make that.
He missed the free throw?
Yeah. He missed a layup. I'm a little behind, but he did make the free throw. So.
Oh, okay. You're way behind.
My phone is a little bit slow now on Wi-Fi, so I'm not able to get the game cast like it was a little earlier. So Mr. Kumar, forgive me, everybody. Mr. Kumar is a little bit ahead of me. So go ahead.
Yeah, Kevin Somani. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, Lakers bench doing a little bit of the job for the Lakers, and Bron getting some help. And Dennis Schroeder and Wes Matthews sit out. THT and Morris check in, and so is Kuzma. So without AD, Lakers a little bit short-handed. And a foul by Jay Crowder, and I think that'll be his fourth.
Yeah, fourth personal on Jay Crowder.
I think he's also got a technical foul on him.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. One more technical foul and he's out.
Yeah.
Yep. 81-67, 3:01 left in the third quarter. We got some exciting second half so far. Let's hope that it will be a close game down the stretch. And yep, it's a foul. Yep, as Mr. Kumar said, on Jay Crowder. LeBron James doing a great job posting up, getting position, drawing that foul.
Kuzma. Sorry, I'm a little bit ahead. It's 3-minute mark left in the first quarter, and
what happened?
Foul, a hard foul on Cameron Johnson, and I'm sure they'll have a look at it if it's a flagrant, and that was a foul by Markieff Morris.
Yeah, it's a good off. I think it's a good playoff. I'm watching it right now. I think it's a good playoff foul. You know, I think that should just be a common foul.
Man, Devin Booker has really elevated his game in these playoffs. Uh, of course, we do expect him to be one of the main scorers for the Phoenix Suns, but uh,
Yeah,
he's been phenomenal. He's probably been one of the best players on the field, and he's outscored LeBron, AD, and any other player on the court this particular series.
yeah. He has 37 points. He's been really hot. 7 3-pointers made out of 8 attempts, 8 rebounds. So he's doing everything. Yeah, looks like they're reviewing.
So 81-67, Cameron Johnson might go to the line for 2 free throws. They may rule it as a common foul. I don't really think.
No, it should be a common foul.
Yeah, I don't really think it was like a flagrant or
Oh,
something.
no. He was going for the ball. He didn't touch him really in the head or neck area. He just touched the ball, and it was just hard contact. So I think it's just a common foul, and I think they're still reviewing that. Yeah, Empire Records for sure that Booker's been underappreciated this season. He's had a really good year after a really strong performance in the bubble. He's doing everything. Like I said earlier, he can score from all three. On all 3 phases of the game, from 3, from mid-range, from scoring in the paint. He's a great defender. He can facilitate. He's just a great all-around player, and it's nice to see that. Before he was accused of putting up empty stats in losses, but now he's putting up those same stats and even better, and they're winning. So I think that Devin Booker, major props to him and Chris Paul, and even the emergence of DeAndre Ayton. A worthy number 1 picker, a big reason why the Suns are number 2 seed and have a chance tonight, to close out the Los Angeles Lakers. So again, they're still reviewing that call, that foul on Markieff Morris on Cameron Johnson. Kevin Somali says, kind of rough defense Lakers are playing. Reminds me of the old Knicks, other physically defending teams. Yeah, they've really ratcheted up the defense, I think, since the end of the first quarter. Coach Vogel must have told them that, hey, we need to have an emphasis on playing defense. And I think they've really been able to put ball pressure on them. The Suns deny, a little bit more physical, making them take tougher shots, contesting shots. So I think the Lakers' defense has been a reason why they've been able to come back and play in this game. Ooh, it's a flagrant foul on Markieff Morris. Yeah, I do not agree with that call. I think, in a Game 6, a pivotal Game 6 like this, I don't think you call it. I think it was just a playoff foul. But again, Suns capitalized and make 2 free throws. Mr. Kumar, surprise flagrant foul called on Markieff Morris. I don't agree with it.
I mean, you just go for the ball. Sometimes, your hand gets in your facial area. So it's a bad call. I think it's a bad call. 16-point lead.
I'm not 13. A Lakers fan, and I think it's a bad call,
And Cameron Payne misses again. He's not been good in these. And today, I think he's 1 of 8 from the field so far.
Yeah.
Tolan Horton Tucker finally getting in some shot. 14-point lead, 83-69, 2 minute and 19-second left.
And Chetan is saying LeBron going to win this. Let's see. Chetan and Mr. Kumar both hoping that LeBron and the Lakers pull this game out.
And a foul called on THT.
Tough call.
Technical foul. 1 free throw and the ball goes back. So it's a 15-point lead. THT with a technical.
He was drawing too much at the ref. Ref said that's enough. Called the technical foul on the youngster. And then Suns make the free throw, 84-69, 2:10 left to play in the third quarter. Oh, he had to incidental contact with Cameron Johnson. I think that's why they called that technical foul.
Chetan Panchal says LeBron going to win this too. And Ekalavyas is saying if Lakers pull off an improbable comeback, then all Laker fans here should show their happiness by contributing some money via Super Chat. And thank you to, I think, Naman, who contributed to our first Super Chat.
Thank you, Naman, very much. Thank you. We appreciate it. And we appreciate everybody for watching the show. Thank you for Ballas Bay for coming on. Thanks to Ekalavyas for pulling that off, for getting Ballas Bay to come on the show. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Ekalavyas YouTube channel and the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel, where you can watch every episode of the Patel and Kumar show. And this is your first time watching me and Mr. Kumar. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you're enjoying this content, the back and forth that we have. I'm in the U.S. Mr. Kumar is in Mumbai, India. So thank you, everybody, again for tuning in, and connect with us at Patel and Kumar on Twitter and Instagram.
Another turnover for the Phoenix Suns. Offensive foul on Tony Craig.
Yeah.
And LeBron being a little bit aggressive this quarter, going inside the paint.
Nice layup.
Strong moves.
Strong move to the basket. Finishes on two guys. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists for King James.
LeBron James with the ball. He might. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Look at that. He just
another good move, but unable to get in. And a jump ball call. Unable to finish that on the rim. It was almost like an easy layup. And this has happened quite several times for LeBron in this particular series, where he's gone in, but unable to finish it at the rim.
Yeah. I think that contact, is bothering him a little bit.
And a nice feed by Dennis Schroeder for LeBron, and a finish at the rim. Slam dunk, 86-73.
Oh, fireworks the fourth quarter. Woo!
Cameron Payne.
Naman is saying Braun waking up. Yeah, he's attacking the basket more, playing stronger. So he definitely is waking up with a ferocious.
Another turnover. Another turnover.
73. LeBron James with the thunder slam. Cutting the lead.
You're way behind. You're way behind.
13 points. The Suns lead. I'm still getting hyped though. What a slam. Oh man, what a dunk.
And we have another turnover by Craig in this end. Dennis Schroeder unable to finish. Again, Jay Crowder. And the ball back to Phoenix Suns. 3-point by Devin Booker. And a layup by KCP. And he'll go for a 3-point play. So KCP turning back the clock.
I didn't know the 3-point Devin Booker. The 3-pointer by Devin Booker.
Can you like go live again so it refreshes and probably are like catching up?
Wait, say that again?
Oh, no. Like refresh your video so that, go like click on the live button or something so that you're back to where it is right now, rather than, you're like at least a few seconds off.
But it's been that way the entire, Let's see.
And another miss by Cameron Payne.
Okay, 89-76. The end of 3. Winner go home game. Lakers Suns. Will the Suns advance to the second round, or the Lakers going to be booking their trips to Cancun and be on vacation? Let's see. One final quarter left to play.
A 3 attempt by LeBron James right at the end of that buzzer. A 13-point lead. Still can't get it done. LeBron James.
Hey, you went all the way from like 29 something to like 13. So baby steps.
Yeah, while the game is on a break, I'm also going to take a short break. We'll let you hang around only with Mr. Patel exclusively, and you get some exclusive time with Mr. Patel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, we're at the end of 3, 89-76. We'll see what's going to happen. The Lakers are playing, with a lot more force. They're a lot more aggressive on the offensive on the floor, attacking the basket. You can see that they were able to get to the free throw line, specifically LeBron James. I like Schroeder also attacking, and that's forcing, when he attacks, the defense to collapse, and he's kicking it out to the open shooters, and the shooters are shooting with a lot more confidence. I love that they're getting after it a little bit more on the defensive end of the floor. Yes, they're drawing some fouls and some technical fouls and that flagrant, but they're just setting that energy, setting that mindset of playing tough, aggressive defense, and I think that's really bothering the Suns. You can see that the Lakers are really taking the Suns out of their offense. The Suns look very uncomfortable, getting into their offense late in the shot clock. They're disrupting passing lanes, creating turnovers, forcing the Suns to take a lot of bad shots. So I think that's going to be the key, continuing in the fourth quarter. But the fourth quarter is all going to be about, yes, these teams can play great defense, but it's going to be which team can make free throws and which team will get to the free throw line, and also which team will make three-pointers. So free throw line and three-pointers, I think, are going to be the biggest determining factor to see who's going to win this game. Whatever team is the aggressor, whatever team plays with more energy, whatever team hustles and wants it more, I think it's going to come up on top of this game. And right now, it's anybody's game. Lakers can easily erase a 13-point deficit by the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, I think, need to gain control of this game quickly in the fourth quarter, because you see that they're kind of, they're playing tug of war, but the Suns are, losing the rope a little bit. They're getting their hands off the rope, losing control of this game. I think the Suns need to continue to be aggressive, continue to, keep the throttle on, continue to keep your foot on the gas, and put this Lakers team away, because you don't want to get into a close game with LeBron James in the fourth quarter, because he can pull off his magic, either facilitating or scoring. So I think the Suns need to put some distance on the Lakers early in this fourth quarter. If not, I think the Lakers are going to make a run, and I think they have a chance to be able to steal the game down the stretch. I believe these next 3 to 4 minutes in the fourth quarter are going to be pivotal to see who's going to come on top and who's going to win this game. So let's see what's going to happen. Danny Ventura, thank you so much for tuning in. He's saying go, go, go Suns. He's disagreeing with Mr. Kumar. He's with me on this. I'm cheering for, the Phoenix Suns. Even though I did, pick the Lakers to make the finals, I'm in San Antonio here. As a Spurs fan, I dislike the Lakers, so I'm always rooting for the Lakers to lose. And Kevin, appreciate you giving us some stats. The Suns are 141 offensive rating, 74% effective field goal percentage, 75% total scoring, and dominant Suns. Total shooting, 75% dominant Suns. Yeah, the Suns are still scorching hot, even though the Lakers are starting to make more shots, specifically, in this third quarter. So whatever team makes the shots more, executes on both ends of the floor. And also a big key is whoever turns the ball over less is going to win this game. Let's see which team is going to feel the pressure, take care of the ball. I think that's the biggest thing. So Patel's three biggest keys in the fourth quarter, or I'll let Mr. Kumar, elaborate a little bit if he wants to once he comes back. But my three biggest keys are free throws, whoever can get to the free throw line more, and whoever can make the free throws more, whoever can make more threes, and then whoever can turn the ball or take care of the ball is going to come out and win this game. And Mr. Kumar, I was saying these 3 to 4 minutes of the fourth quarter are going to be huge because the Suns need to take control, need to keep their foot on the gas. They cannot let go of the rope in this tug of war battle and need to put some distance between them and the Lakers because I think LeBron James, once it gets closer, to the end of the game, we saw that he can make the clutch plays down the stretch. So I think LeBron James can put his foot on the gas pedal if the Lakers are able to stay close.
And Morris with a 2-point, it makes it 11-point game, 89-78.
Yeah, again, turnovers. Thank you, Ekavias. 9 turnovers for the Suns, 5 turnovers for the Lakers. That was one of my keys, and that's why the Lakers are able to get back in this game.
Some good D on by the Lakers, pressing hard. And a foul on Morris. He almost took that ball away from DeAndre Ayton on a pass by Chris Paul. DeAndre Ayton from inside the paint.
Let's go.
Game again.
Phoenix Suns. Nice play by DeAndre Ayton.
LeBron James, Booker on him. 6 on the shot clock. And he goes inside, but misses, asking for a foul, pleading for a foul. LeBron James.
No foul.
But Morris committing that foul to let LeBron come back into the game.
That's already 2 team fouls on the Suns, so let's see if the Suns can get into the bonus early.
I don't think the Lakers should be worried about. I think it's a right move. They should not let the Phoenix Suns settle for some. And another turnover here by Cameron Payne. He's having a painful game. This game 6 of the playoffs, Western Conference round 1. Morris to Schroeder. Schroeder hits a 3, but doesn't convert. DeAndre Ayton with the rebound. Chris Paul. Johnson with a 3 from the corner. An assist by Chris Paul. 94-78, the lead back to 16.
Great ball movement by the Phoenix Suns. Great player movement and able to get a high quality shot. So great offensive execution by the Phoenix Suns on that play.
Wes Matthews with a floater and unable to convert, but loose ball foul, and the ball remains with the Lakers. So Phoenix Suns hitting 15 of 25 from 3. That's 60%. And it's only 8 of 27 for the Lakers. So Ryan Villacarlo saying, go Lakers. Kevin Somani saying, I see a white patch on LeBron's beard.
Come on, Kevin. He's
and a 2-point. So 15 threes made by the Phoenix Suns, which is a franchisee high in the playoffs. They have tied the record. And a jump ball. Good defense by LeBron there, almost going for the ball.
Communication, man. Schroeder with the easy layup. But it's a jump ball. Again, I'm a little bit behind, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kumar is a couple seconds ahead of me, so.
So jump ball between Devin Booker and LeBron James. Let's see if we can make that jump. Eight minutes and 54 seconds left. ball is in the hands of the Lakers. LeBron James trying to control the rhythm of this game. Wesley Matthews coming in for a screen. LeBron James going inside, unable to finish, but he gets a foul. I think Wes Matthews gets the foul. Wes Matthews going for that offensive rebound against Cam Johnson.
Also, was a loose ball foul.
It could be 2 free throws because he was going for the tip in. Yes, it's 2 free throws, 94-80. Converts the first one. Wes Matthews has been great defensively this particular game. So a very different lineup for the Lakers. Wes Matthews, KCP, Kuzma, Schroeder, and LeBron James. He converts both. Lead cut down to 12. 8 minutes, 34 seconds left.
Yeah, we have a 10-point game, 94-84, 8:06 left to play in the game. Lakers are getting closer to the Phoenix Suns.
And KCP on the putback. Kuzma went for the layup, but he was blocked by Devin Booker from behind.
We're both behind.
And it's only a 10-point lead. They're the first time they're in the 10-point.
Me and Mr.
And Chris Paul with a fadeaway.
Sweet fadeaway. The Chris Paul special fadeaway mid-range shot, 96-84 Phoenix Suns.
And a turnover almost by Schroeder. And a wild pass by Kuzma. And that's the third team foul. LeBron James is a little bit tired. He's asking for a foul, and he's going to go.
Foul on Mr. Kumar.
The foul was on Schroeder, but it was just a common foul, and LeBron James taking some rest.
Shooting or not shooting?
No, non-shooting.
On the floor. On the floor.
Kuzma sits out. LeBron James sits out. So it's THT, Morris, Wes Matthews, Schroeder, and KCP in the lineup. DeAndre Ayton comes back for Mikal Bridges with a 3.
Man. Chris Paul with the mid-range shot, 101-84 Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul with the nice, sweet jumper to bring the lead to 17 points for the Phoenix Suns. 6:42 left to play in the fourth quarter. He was just basically sizing his defender up and pulled up with the sweet mid-range shot and talking a little junk afterwards.
Chris Paul getting it done. He's already has 2 field goals in this particular quarter. So it's a 17-point lead. So Mikal Bridges with a 3 also from the corner, helping the Phoenix Suns. Adios Lakers, says Naman.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. Mr. Kumar looks like he's enjoying the tunes there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the Laker girls.
That's the only bright spot for him in this game so far.
No point feeling bad for LeBron. Feel happy for CP3. Well, I'm happy. I think, yeah, it's been a struggle for a person like CP3. He did take a team like the LA Clippers also to the second round of the playoffs, and then the Houston Rockets. So he's never had really great success in the postseason compared to his regular season play. So it is a happy moment for somebody like a CP3, but he still has to get it done. Another round. If they win today, they of course going to meet Denver Nuggets in the second round. The Denver Nuggets beat Portland Trailblazers just a few moments ago, and Portland having a first round exit again.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like Terry Stotts may be a casualty for the Blazers, Mr. Kumar. He might end up getting fired. But yeah, Eklavayas, your prediction looks really good. And I want to get to Timothy's comment. He's saying, how come you're gonna come out of the game with 7 minutes left? MJ wouldn't do that. Well, LeBron looked pretty tired. He's in year 18, 36 years old. He spent a lot of energy in the third quarter driving the basket. So it was probably just a quick little break, quick breather. He'll probably be back in like 1 to 2 minutes. And hopefully the Lakers could stay afloat while he's out of the game.
I think there's a chance that he may have come back.
Okay, real quick at this timeout, Eklavayas wants to know, we kind of already talked about it, but my prediction, so we're going to vary on the Bucks Nets. I picked I picked the Nets to win in 7. I believe, Mr. Kumar, you picked the Bucks to win in what, 6 or 7?
7.
7.
I think it's going to be a 7-game series. So LeBron hasn't checked back in yet. KCP, no good. 6 minutes. 26 seconds left. LeBron waiting to check back in. 101-84.
Halfway through this fourth quarter.
Chris Paul from the corner 3.
No good.
No, he misses. Wesley Matthews with the rebound.
Man, that would have been like
time running out for the
almost
Lakers.
A dagger.
17-point lead. They're cut it to 10. And a 7-0 run for the Phoenix Suns, cutting 86-101. A nice jumper by THT from inside the paint, 101-86.
And LeBron is back at the scores table, Mr. Kumar. He's going to be checking in the next dead ball.
Pardon me?
LeBron James is at the scores table. He's going to check into the next dead ball.
Yeah, Chris Paul left all alone, but he misses. And a loose ball foul against Mikal Bridges. So 2 possessions for the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul missing open shots from the 3-point line.
They could have been early daggers.
LeBron comes back in. Jay Crowder on LeBron. And THT getting the rim roll, 13 points is the difference. 5 minutes left in this game. We have to see whether the Lakers move on to Game 7 or the Phoenix Suns move on to the second round of the playoffs. LeBron James with a 3, unable to, but Taylor Horton Tucker. What a putback. 3 continuous field goals for THT. 11-point game.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but now it's 14. But
Chris Paul. Jay
Bridges.
Crowder.
Oh, missed the
And
three.
he hits a three, makes it 14 points.
Oh. I just saw the Mikal Bridges dunk. It was, wow. Lord have mercy.
THT dunk.
Or THT dunk, excuse me. Lord have mercy on that rim.
Three by Dennis Schroeder.
11-point game.
11-point game, 4 minutes. Devin Booker trying to get it done. Wes Matthews on him. Now to Jay Crowder. Chris Paul. A screen, and Chris Paul taking a fadeaway jumper. Unable to convert. And a rebound by Lakers.
He's been missing a lot, Mr. Kumar.
Wes Matthews from the corner. Unable to convert.
Chris Paul had some great looks. 2 from 3, a nice mid-range jumper. You know, he's been missing some key shots that could have been some daggers for the Phoenix Suns.
Devin Booker has been kept really silent in this particular half. They have done a good job on him, but and he gets bumped by THT and will go to the free throw line.
Devin Booker makes the first free throw after the bumping foul by the Lakers. 105-93. Phoenix Suns with 3:06 left to play in the fourth quarter. And he makes the second one. 106-93. Phoenix Suns.
They need a barrage of threes. Lakers need a barrage of threes if they need to even cut it close and make it tough on the Phoenix Suns. Make them panic a little bit.
And defense. They need stops and threes. You know, that's going
Stops and threes. Stops and threes. LeBron James on Jay Crowder. What is he going to do? And a turnover by LeBron James. And Mikal Bridges with an easy layup. 15 points, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Oh, and miss by LeBron. LeBron James hasn't even returned back to the front court. He's given it up. He's given it up.
Yeah.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left. LeBron inside.
He should have got a call there, but
again, LeBron arguing with the refs and not getting back on defense, which means he is already given it up. So it looks like the Phoenix Suns are going to win this game and move on to the second round. And this is only the 4th or the 5th time that a defending champion has lost in the first round of the playoffs.
I'm enjoying
Crowder,
it.
Another three for Jay Crowder. And I think that pretty much does it. It's a 16-point lead for the Phoenix Suns with only 1 minute. A three by LeBron James.
And again, Booker, what a performance tonight. 45 points, 11 rebounds, 80% from 3, 8 threes made. He was, I kept saying it, hotter than the Phoenix desert, the Arizona desert. He was on fire. And yeah, Ekalavias is saying, Mr. Kumar, are you going to take off your LeBron jersey?
Well, I'm never going to take out my LeBron jersey. It's only the second time in 12 seasons that we won't see LeBron in the finals.
Woo!
Only 50 seconds left. 13.
I'm just
Another
waiting
three
until
attempt.
the clock hits double zeros.
13-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. Just 40 seconds left. Devin Booker with that slam. Probably the exclamation mark on this game. Just 37 seconds left. 15-point game. Looks like Ekalavia's prediction of a 15-point win for the Phoenix Suns might come true.
Wow. Kevin said MSG down, Staples down, TD Garden down. The legendary teams are gone.
So there's been a barrage of technical fouls. I think a heated moment right there between the teams. Maybe Jay Crowder getting kicked out, and he's running back into the arena as quickly as possible because he knows that he is moving on to play the Denver Nuggets.
Wow.
In the second round of the playoffs.
Who would have thought, Mr. Kumar, Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns?
Hey, and tomorrow we may not have another Los Angeles team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very sad for these big market teams like the Clippers and the Lakers who spend so much money on their teams and they're not able to probably go on to the second round. And I think it's more of it'll be more of a problem for a team like the Los Angeles Clippers because Kawhi Leonard is, has a player option for next season, and we don't know what's going to happen to that as well.
Will he go to New York? Will he go to Miami? Or will he stay with the Clippers? Who knows?
Miami.
He might go to Miami. I don't know. They need us. They thought they were going to get Giannis. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder, is shooting 2 free throws after that technical foul. Cuts the lead to 13 for the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker's out of the game. Aiden's out of the game. All the Phoenix starters are out. And LeBron is out. And this is sadly the last time we're going to see him this season.
Yeah, and once again, a new story will begin next season. This team needs a little bit of help from the outside shooting. So remains to be seen what Rob Pelinka has up his sleeve in terms of the next season. Of course, they already have KCP, Kuzma, LeBron, and AD, who are all pretty much with the extensions and their contracts. But there are players like Montrezl Harrell, Morris, Schroeder. Schroeder declined an $84 million extension.
Yeah.
So he may be out as well. So there could be a new look team for the Lakers coming next season.
It might be, and they might get some free agents, because they have some cap space. But they got some decisions that they have to make, the Los Angeles Lakers, on some of these key guys, Markieff Morris, Marc Gasol, Schroeder. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, they were all your one-year rentals. I think even Wes Matthews, for that matter, he took some less money to come to the Lakers. Schroeder might try to find some other team. He's looking for more money. So I think except for these 4 guys, you're pretty much seeing, the whole, and of course THT, you will have a whole new roster coming up for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, it is going to be a whole roster. But Mr. Kumar, are you sad? Are you accepted the reality that the Lakers might, end up losing this game?
Oh, well, I mean, I think only Jesus can help them, if at all. The Lakers need to win this game. There's only like 40 seconds left, and they're trailing by 13. Or they need somebody like Dame Lillard. Well, it's interesting now, but what happens, because the situation in Portland, what happens to Dame Lillard, the situation in Golden State Warriors as well, because even Steph Curry, has the option to sign. He's not signed an extension, and he'll be, signing a contract as well. So, and Drummond, of course, who was a mid-season acquisition after the waivers, he'll be gone too. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty sad playoff for me because the Lakers are not going to be in that playoffs. So the next team I'm going to move on to is the Milwaukee Bucks.
All right, he's jumping on that bandwagon. You heard that here first, ladies and gentlemen. I've been on the Brooklyn Nets bandwagon from the entire season. We'll see. I'm ride or die Brooklyn. Mr. Kumar's ride or die Milwaukee Bucks. So it should be a fun second round series, the back and forth between me and Mr. Kumar. Let's give a quick shout out to our show, Mr. Kumar, during this commercial. So me and Mr. Kumar are the co-host of the Patel Kumar show, which comes on Thursdays, 7 p.m. India time. Sometimes we may not have the show. Some weeks we may do these watch parties depending on the important games. We talk about everything from NBA storylines to everything NBA. So be sure to check us out on the Eclavias YouTube channel and the Patel Roll Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, and end of the season for LeBron. He's not going to be in the finals for the second time in 12 years. But great game by Devin Booker. He came out really, really hot, and he turned around this entire game for Phoenix. They were fearless in this round. Chris Paul said right in the beginning of the series that it doesn't matter who they play. They got to go through those tough teams if they want to come out as champions. And, that's what happened. So, Chris Paul, congratulations to Chris Paul. He's been great throughout this entire season for the Phoenix Suns. Jason Kidd having a conversation with Chris Paul. And it's heard that Jason Kidd is also one of the candidates to probably interview for the head coach job at the Boston Celtics. But great game by the young Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Payne, Cam Johnson. I think the role players for the Phoenix Suns really stepped up, whereas the role players for the Lakers were a super, super dud. And I'm very surprised that Caruso did not even step into the game today. I don't remember Caruso playing today.
Yeah, he didn't play today at all. But yeah, congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. Congratulations to CP3, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Monty Williams. I am so happy. Let's pop the champagne. Lakers are going home, going on vacation. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I might not even sleep tonight, Mr. Kumar. Let's go. The defending champions are out, and we're going to crown a new champion today. I am so pumped. Oh my God. I never thought I'd see this day coming, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, I think we both are going to have sleepless nights. You're going to have a sleepless night in terms because you're happy. I'm going to have a sleepless night because I'm sad. But as I told you, now I am moving on to the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's hope I'm not unlucky for them and I'm lucky for the Eastern Conference teams. Once again, the playoffs in the East have already been decided. We have Atlanta Hawks playing the Philadelphia 76ers. We have the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Brooklyn Nets in round 2. One of the round 2 is already decided. Denver Nuggets will play Phoenix Suns, and Utah Jazz is waiting on the wings to see who are they going to match up with. Is it going to be the Clippers or is it going to be the Dallas Mavericks? Because they have a game 6 coming up, the Dallas Mavericks leading 3-2. So let's hope we have a fantastic round 1 game tomorrow. And we will be back again with the PNK NBA Talk Show very soon. Please like us, subscribe to us on the Eclavias and the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for your support. Thank you for putting your chats in the comment section below. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ballers Bay, for coming on. Connect with us at Patel Kumar on Twitter and Instagram. Again, we'll give you an update coming soon on when our next show is going to be on next Thursday, 7 p.m. India time. We also have many more watch parties coming up. So everybody, me and Mr. Kumar are going to keep giving out content, keep getting shows. We hope everybody enjoyed. Let's go, Suns! Woo! The sun is setting on the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Phoenix Suns are moving on to the next round. But thank you, everybody. We are signing off.